All right, everybody, what's up? Trey Griggs here, Hayden Allred, UFC Fight Night commentary. What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't know. This is unscripted. This is unreally planned. So it's not structured.
Totally unscripted. But listen, this is my first UFC pay-per-view fight, dude. I mean, this is crazy.
It's phenomenal. Don't you feel like invested because you paid for it too now? So it's like you got to somewhat invested now.
I know. Like I've got to be up all night. I mean, there's no way around this. So I'll be up all night watching this.
The plan is to essentially, I'll make touch points for you, kind of help guide you through this and like the fighters, the background. So this next fight, to start off the main card, we've got Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean, the Sugar Show,
Sugar Show,
Munoz. So Sean O'Malley is one of the biggest superstars in his division, but he's not even ranked yet. So you'll appreciate this, which is why I wanted to point it out. He has done such a phenomenal job building a personal brand because he is super talented. He's very exciting to watch. He knows how to work the mic, and he does a lot of like Twitch streaming, gaming, big Instagram presence, huge social media presence, has a ton of following, merch. The guy's making millions and is not even a ranked fighter.
Okay, so I don't have any idea what you're talking about, but I'm excited. This is good.
He's the one with the Fruit Loop hair.
Nice. I love it. All right.
The significance of tonight is he's fighting Pedro Munoz for a ranked spot. So this is going to be – so Pedro Munoz has never been finished, meaning he's never been knocked out, and he's never been submitted. It's always gone to judge's decision, and he's fought the top guys in the division. So it's going to be Sean O'Malley's quote-unquote biggest adversary to date.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to say this. I watched the first fight tonight in the prelims.
Yep.
The two chicks.
Yep.
And like she pretty much like broke her arm. Okay.
Yep.
That was okay.
That was a unique submission. So it was cool you got to see that one. That was not an easy one.
Dude, I hope my food doesn't come up. What's up, Kevin Coombs? Thanks for watching. I can't believe you're on the stream too. We had at least one person that jumped in on the stream. Oh, this is crazy. Love it. Kevin Coombs, love you, brother.
The additional viewership is bonus. This is
bonus.
You and I virtually in the same living room, and I'm guiding you on this first experience of this journey.
Listen, I've seen highlights, right? I've seen people get knocked out. It's tough. Not a huge fan of just watching people get knocked out, but what I am impressed about, and I think I'm looking forward to, is just learning more about the skill behind this. Because you got to be 100 to jump in that ring. Like you got to be all in and ready to defend yourself, like to really protect yourself and know what you're doing and have skill. I mean, nervous, excited, all that.
The old days of UFC, it took a while to gain traction because people just wanted to see each other brawl, right? And the level of talent was not quite there, so it was sporadic. It was hit or miss on how the fight was going to go, who was fighting. You didn't feel like who the big name was, or was a bunch of people you haven't heard of. In today's age, no matter if you've heard of them, whether it's their debut, like they come with so much skill and talent that they're all incredible. So it's a very high stakes test match.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin, don't leave us, buddy. You should join us, man. we need to get Coombs in here for the broadcast. That's what we need. So, invite him and just drop in when you can, bro. Enjoy the fights. Oh my gosh. All right.
You can be our data analyst for fight prediction.
That's right. Throw some numbers our way. Oh, this is can you imagine getting in the ring? Have you ever been like nah. Yeah. Nah.
I've done when I was 15, I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a little bit of kickboxing. That part didn't.
What's up, Scott?
I did more jiu-jitsu, and then I tried again as I got older, like last year at one point, to get back into jiu-jitsu. And like, dude, honestly, I want to do it more, but it hurts my shoulder so much because my labrum's still torn. All the pushing and pulling tension for an hour, it dropped for 2 weeks. It's just not working.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, listen, if we do this, we can look like we're like on face-off. So turn the other way and we'll look like we're on face-off right now. You get it right? Yeah. What's up? Just get right in your face. That's what we're doing right now. A face-off. What's that all about? What's the face-off all about? Is that just intimidation? Is that just show? Is that marketing? What is that?
It's for the shots. It's for the fighters to get a chance to size each other
up.
Poster. Yeah.
What you said before, UFC has marketed themselves and branded themselves better than most sports. Which think about it. It's it's just now becoming mainstream. And what I mean by that is like ESPN and some of the big networks really starting to carry these now. Like it's becoming mainstream. It's kind of been under the table the whole time, and yet it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
So this is the first broadcast where ABC's was on the was networking it too. So that's a first that you were joining.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're expanding.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Volkanovski versus Holloway. What do you know about these guys? I know nothing about them.
This will be their third fight. Volkanovski has beaten Holloway twice. I will say the second time they fought, I have it as Holloway winning 3-2. But
did it go to a decision? It was a decision. The second one was a decision.
Yep. So Holloway is
he the skinnier guy or the shorter guy?
He's the Hawaiian. Volkanovski's the shorter one, who's from New Zealand.
Got it. Okay. You know what I do? What I do like about UFC fighters, they seem to have some of the most legit tattoos around. Like I'm just gonna say that, like they're, it's not random. Like it's all symmetrical stuff and equals and stuff all flying around. And like
I don't know if it's legal for them to be a fighter without tattoos. I don't know what the rules are behind that. You have to take a passage, but
you know something funny? I was talking to my wife the other day. We were out. My wife and I neither of us have a tattoo. We're just we're pretty plain Jane. That's who we are. I said, "You want to get a tattoo?" She goes, "Oh my gosh, you're in a midlife crisis."
I don't have one yet either. Taylor's got
yeah, I've seen some. What was that move? They just picked the guy up upside down. Is that legal? Can you do that?
Yeah. You
You
cannot do crotch shots, obviously, right?
Yeah. So that's off limits.
Eye gouging
off limits.
Right.
Everything else up pretty much fair game.
Knee or kick in the head if a fighter has at least a knee down. If there's a knee down on the ground,
okay, all right,
that's an illegal blow. And other leagues, One Championship Fighting, which is another league like UFC. Some pretty gnarly stuff over there. You can't strike to the back of the head. So if you're taking steps back and they're in the fetal position trying to cover up, you can't hit them in the back of the head.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know any of these rules, and I probably won't remember them. But basically, if you're down with one knee, you can't get a shot to the head. But other than that, they couldn't get a shot to the head. They could get a knee to the head.
Yes,
I've seen some of those.
You'll see flying knees. O'Malley does some pretty. He's a pretty acrobatic individual, and he's very well balanced. So he doesn't fight from southpaw or orthodox. He doesn't.
So let me ask this question: Who are the people that are most impressive in UFC? Is it a boxer that turns into a UFC fighter, or is it like somebody who's more into wrestling, jiu-jitsu that learns boxing and gets in? Like where?
So you'll see like most of them are well-rounded, but they will have a slight proficiency more either striking or whatever their like dense background is. Yeah. Right. So if someone came up wrestling their entire life, did it at the collegiate level, NCAA All-American, Olympic, and then transitioned to MMA, they may have started boxing or kickboxing later on. But the level of volume and training and frequency and the commitment that they have to be at this level, they're well-rounded, but they do have, most of them have a proficiency in either whatever their background is that they started martial arts in.
Have you done martial arts? What have you done before?
Jiu-jitsu, and that's primarily the most of it. And, a little bit of Muay Thai kickboxing, but it was never strictly that. It was mixed. And I've never done like fights. I've always just done training for the sake of training. And like whatever light sparring came along with that. But it's never been I've never been in like a competitive environment where we're like really trying to hurt each other, trying to, I would like to.
Yeah.
It would be fun.
What's crazy to me is when I'm watching these guys and they're fighting, they're going after it. I mean, it looks like they're trying to kill each other. But then when the fight's over, it's like they're some of them are friends. Like they're like hugging each other and like mad respect. It's crazy.
Even people that have had a lot of beef leading up to it, like where it's personal, most of the time it gets squashed. There's a afterwards, like, all right, we left it in there. Like,
I mean, they got to respect each other a little bit for just being willing to go in the ring.
Lawler, I'm not going Lawler. I'm going Barbarita. I'm hoping Sugar Sean wins, but everything else, I'm in line with that right there too.
Nice, Josh. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the fights as well. I have no idea who those people are except the Sugar Sean we talked about. So I'll go with that too. That'll be good.
You'll know.
Robert Bain in the house. What's up, man? No more one-trick ponies in UFC. Just one extra strength.
Yep. But it
Robert
started
Bain.
out, it used to be like people with individual disciplines, like you'd see a jiu-jitsu guy versus a wrestler or a kickboxer, someone that did strictly Muay Thai, and it would be discipline versus discipline. You know, now it's everyone is so well-rounded and versed that it's very intense and very high level across the board, generally speaking, right now.
All right, Dr. Mark Monero is going to join us later on tonight after family.
Nice. I sent this link to Josh Harrison too. He had some unexpected guests stop by for a little.
We'll get him later.
Yeah,
Josh Harrison. That guy's cool. I love that dude. Love that dude. You know, I'm wondering who else in our industry and transportation are big UFC fans. I think Scott Watanabe is the freight sensei.
Yep.
Obviously, Bain. Not surprised about that. I wonder if like Corey Albers, he might be a UFC guy.
Sugar Sean.
That's Sugar Sean right there, with the dreads.
Yep.
Or the braids.
Yep.
The colorful braids.
He's a rising prospect. He's got some gnarly highlight reels, knockout reels.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice. There's a
very
there.
comfortable.
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
What's going on, fellas?
Bane in the house.
Bane, listen, man. You guys are all turning me to the dark side. This is just how it goes. But I gotta hook you up, bro. I just want to see that look on your face. It's like you go into a trance as soon as I play this song every time. I love it.
It's just
eyes closed every time. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Yeah, you know, this could be a very costly habit that you guys get me into here if I like this.
It's not too bad because it's sporadic, but yeah, Dana's.
How often is pay-per-view? How often? Is it once a month? Is it
probably every 5 weeks?
Yeah,
every 5 weeks. Okay,
depending on how the schedule lines out.
Then you just rotate who gets it, and then it's like, okay, like realistically twice a year I have to pay.
Oh, so you guys? I don't know if I'm giving away secrets. You log into other other people's stuff. No? What do you mean? Oh, you get together in a group. Oh, okay.
Right. Are we at the Bain House, Carroll House?
Got it.
We just change where we are, and then whomever is hosting, that's who's.
See, so maybe I need to find some local St. Louis guys that are UFC guys.
That's what rotation. You just say, I'm buying fight, I'm hosting. Like y'all bring the food, like bring a steak over, chicken.
Right. Bring your own food.
I see where this is headed. Yeah, this could that can be fun. This is crazy. This is like, I mean, it's like Ultimate Combat. There's something about this that's just innate and cool, and it also kind of like psycho.
This is just brawling. Like people that didn't know
psycho.
what we're doing. There's no way people would watch it. It would get old to a certain point. It's like when you watch people who don't know what they're doing. You're like, all right, like I'd rather go watch grass grow. But
people love that. That's what UFC 1 through like basically 50 was. With people who had one skill, like or they could wrestle. That was it.
Yeah.
But even if you want to know a couple things, who's the best fighter? Who's the best? Look at from the beginning of history. Once we got out of the hunter-gatherer, that's all people care about. Who's the strongest, best fighter? Who's the best? And this is our version of
yeah, this is modern day elite gladiator game.
the only
It
difference.
totally is, except hopefully somebody doesn't die.
Yeah.
You know, during.
There's been serious knockouts.
No one dies.
Yeah. What's been okay? So I'm gonna be the party pooper for just a moment. What's been the research so far on some of the mental health issues that some of these guys might have, brain injury, like football players, like anything just from being knocked out, from being hit in the head so many times?
The head trauma is incredible.
It's much more. Obviously, it's a calculated risk and something these guys are opting in for the glory.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean they're opting in for it. Yeah.
Rules in place to protect best as possible. I'd say you're going to see more brain damage in boxing because
just from the number of punches,
the amount of blows you're able to absorb and take like that over and over without taking a knockout. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like even in UFC, even if you get knocked out, you may not be taking as much damage from that knockout. You know what I'm saying? It's like again, it's individual basis, but when you look at the stats across the board, there's more brain damage in boxing. Because, like bare knuckle boxing is safer than boxing and or UFC.
Yeah. Have you guys been knocked out by anything in your life? You guys ever been knocked out unconscious? Yeah, Bane.
I've been really rocked, but I've never been out. I've never blacked out, like gone out.
Yeah. Bane, you've been knocked out, man? Intentionally?
Yeah.
Accidentally?
Just playing soccer, I went up for a header on a corner kick.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
I struck the ball came out of my vision, and the crossbar came into it.
Oh, ouch.
So full speed. Just, the video is pretty incredible. My forehead essentially stops on the crossbar. And the rest of my forward.
You hit the crossbar of the goal?
Yes.
Like on a corner kick?
Yes. So I made my curling run. I go up, but I'm coming towards the goal because it's a very crowded box. And as I strike the ball, I'm like, oh, that's a crossbar.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been knocked out one time, and it was in a car accident. I was in an 82 Mercury Lynx, like a Ford Escort, and I hit the back double axle of a dump truck going about 45 in snow, slid right into it, hit the steering wheel. The steering wheel bent forward. I had a seatbelt on, but, just as an old car. Hit the steering wheel and woke up in an ambulance.
That's rough.
Pretty crazy.
Mine was when I was learning how to wakeboard and learning how to jump wake. Later, Bane. When I was learning how to wakeboard and jump and clear the wake, I got really bold. And I'm just learning. This is probably my 5th or 6th weekend straight going. When I was doing this. Yeah. And I got ballsy, and I just sat all the way back, tightened the rope, and dug into it. And that's how you gain speed going into the wake. Yeah. I just went at it as if I'm a pro and I know what I'm doing. I'll just
figure it out in the air.
I got two. I went into it at full speed, popped it, and had good trajectory, but I got so I was coming down, and the lip of the leading edge of my wakeboard hit the water first. So immediate pivot and literally whips me
right into the water. Yeah. Which is like concrete going that fast.
It felt like someone just blindsided me with my ear hole. It was
yeah.
But I was my head ringing, but I was still conscious.
Yeah.
Close.
I got elbowed in basketball quite a few times in college. In fact, there was one guy who's out there somewhere in the world who took it upon himself to make sure I got toughened up my freshman year in college.
Oh, wow.
It was Mark Bile. He was a sharpshooter, sophomore at the time. I was a freshman. He's 6'3", 6'4". So his elbows were right on my head when I'm coming off a pick. His elbows just right there. He'd always kind of look for me and make sure I got a good clock just to get tough. And
I'm really nervous for this one.
Okay, so who do you got in this? This is Munoz versus O'Malley.
I really want O'Malley to win. I'm high on this guy. I've been following forever. He's one of my favorite because he's really hard not to love.
Yeah.
Spectacular performer, pure entertainer, performer.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I really want him to pull this one through.
Okay, so have these two guys fought before? You said twice they fought before.
Their first time fighting.
This is the first time. Okay.
Volkanovski Holloway will be their third go round.
Yeah. Joshua says every fight on this main card can be a main event. You said that before. Yeah, you said that before. So, yeah.
I don't know. It's fireworks, baby.
We'll see if we can get Joshua Harrison to jump on and say hi at some point during the broadcast, which would be good. Sean O'Malley, 5'11", 135. 5'11", 135. That's not an ounce of fat on that dude.
No, he's very big for this division, which is one of his strengths is his range.
He's really tall. What's the weight on this?
135 is the limit.
135 is the limit. So he's right at the limit, and he's 5'11", and the other guy's probably 5'7".
He's probably closer to 145, 150 standing there.
Yeah.
So they drop.
Looks like 5'7". Ooh, he's 5'6".
They weigh in the day before for official weight, and then they start from there to put weight back on.
Really? Okay. So once they wait in the day before, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Throw it on.
They have it down to a science on how to rehydrate because their bodies are drained because you want to be as big as possible for your weight class, ideally, or that's the concept.
Right. So they're trying to get in at 134, 135.
Say
hello.
Hi. Can you say hi to Trey?
Hi.
What's your name? Tell him your name.
What's your name?
Rowan.
What is it?
You being silly? Tell him your name.
Rowan.
Malin?
Rowan.
Rowan. Oh, that's right. Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Rowan. Is it almost bedtime, Rowan?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Hey, fight on. Here we go. All right. So right now they're just kind of jockeying around, seeing what's going to happen. Are they just kind of getting used to each other? Oh, they both kicked. All right.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
Oh, I'm a little ahead.
I haven't even started yet on my screen. Here we go.
Oh, you have it? I'm at 444, so I'm a little ahead of you. I'll try not to talk. Okay, so I'll try to talk about not like non-specific things. So when they're kicking, are they kicking to do little damage? Are they kicking to like what's
it's to threaten an attack, and calf kicks and leg kicks can completely end a fight. You can disable an opponent with those alone.
really?
That nerve in your leg can take so much damage, it will not hold your weight anymore. It will incapacitate you.
So they're just trying to kind of wear him down a little bit.
It's just another weapon to give them something to think about. In the same way that a pitcher uses a changeup, a slider, a fastball, a four-seam, a two-seam, it's something to different.
Yeah.
Something to constantly think about.
Okay, I do remember when Anderson Silva rocked his leg on on a kick, and that was pretty nasty.
Yeah,
that was that was pretty awful. All right, so they're just kicking right now. How many rounds we got here? What's the number of rounds?
So
3 rounds.
Or a title fight, it's 5 rounds.
Okay, so they've got to try to get something going here in the first 2 rounds, because otherwise that third round is kind of just a hang in there, or
yeah,
what,
so
I don't even know what I'm thinking. What I'm talking about.
Munoz in the black trunks is going to probably throw a lot of leg kicks to try to slow O'Malley down, because his footwork is so good and his range is so well that if he's able to flow and move and stay on the balls of his feet, he's going to be very tough to get to, and it's going to play. So
yeah, O'Malley can jab, and Munoz can't really reach him, so he's trying to keep him away with the kicks.
Some gnarly spinning attacks from O'Malley, because he's got him.
All right.
Guys have been talking a lot, building up to this. So,
and how many fights we got on the card tonight? The main card?
5.
5 of them. All right.
One dropped off, I want to say. So we got O'Malley, Lawler, Barberina, Holloway, Volkanovski, Adesanya, Cannonier. Who's before that?
Is Joe Rogan in the house tonight? I didn't see Joe
in the ring interviewing whoever wins and commentating.
Nice.
And if O'Malley wins, you will hear him say, "I effing love you, Joe Rogan." He does it every time.
So Munoz, it looks like he's landing some of these kicks. So you're saying that after a while, O'Malley's nerves are just going to be shot in his legs.
Hopefully he doesn't get too much damage on the leg, because
Munoz is going hard after that left leg.
Yep.
Yeah. Nobody's really landed anything yet, though, that really seems significant.
He's putting money in the bank right now. Is kind of what they call it. It's added.
He just got kicked, and then low blow. The family jewels. Ouch. So he's trying to kick the inner thigh. Is that what he's doing there?
Essentially, yeah. Or to the solar plexus, which is essentially your kidney liver area. Because if that gets hit hard enough, that's a big central nervous system spot. It's like it can shut you down.
Yeah. So it's a little high, but still, like that seems like a pretty sensitive area.
Lower stomach. Yeah. You want to dig those front kicks like a teep to either one, keep them at bay. It can attack and hurt them. It's damage in the bank. It adds up.
Yeah. Oh, now we're getting a little more aggressive here. Now we're getting a little more. So these guys seem like more boxers than they don't really want to wrestle. It seems like they want to.
Correct. They're more willing to stand up the entire time in a striking battle. They can do both, but that's kind of what their preferences are. O'Malley hasn't gotten a chance to show any of his jiu-jitsu in any of his fights. So maybe this will be the first one. Who knows? We'll see.
Okay, so what's O'Malley doing here when he puts his hands down, just to like tempt him a little bit?
When he what? Hold on.
He's like put his hands down there. O'Malley did for a minute there and just kind of stared at him.
Yeah.
Playing some mind games.
Essentially trying to pull him into an attack so he can set up a counter. Play mind games, all kinds of stuff. He could throw his hand. He could throw, strikes from keeping his hands down low. It's harder to see them when they're coming from down there. You don't really pick them up as much.
Yeah. So are there 5 fights because there's 5 weight divisions? Is that, or are there more than that? Oh, there you go. There's the spinning.
There's quite a few divisions.
How many divisions?
It's like 7.
Okay. I don't know if I'm just making this up, but it seems like O'Malley's legs are a little less stable than they were at the beginning.
You'll start seeing it get redder and more swollen.
All right, how much time do they get in between
1 minute.
between rounds? 1 minute. That doesn't seem like a lot of time. Whew.
Nope.
Recovery. What is it boxing?
For these athletes.
How much time is it in boxing in between?
1 second.
What are they putting in between in their nose? Oh, yeah, he's gone. All right, so far, here's my take on this so far is that I like it more than boxing because it's more active, of course. The kicks are interesting. The philosophy behind the kicks. Although, gosh, I don't know what's worse, like kicking or getting kicked. It seems like both of them would not feel good. I'm not big into pain. I'll just say that with everybody. I'm not a huge fan of pain. I've had plenty in my life, but usually not too intentionally, usually accidentally. All right, here we go. Round 2 coming up in the octagon. If anybody's watching, let me know if you've been to a UFC fight before. I'm curious if anybody's been to a fight live and what that was like. So if you have, let me know if you've been to a fight live. That's cool. All right, here we go. Round 2.
All right.
Getting a little more aggressive here. You ever been to a live UFC fight?
No, I haven't, dude. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah, I'm surprised you have.
In July. I just don't know.
They're coming to Dallas when?
In July.
What's a ticket usually cost from like this?
$100,
$100, $150?
It depends on where you're seated.
Sure, of course. But what would be like a middle or upper,
You could probably get a decent seat for $100, like somewhere.
Yeah.
It's depending on where they're fighting too. Like this is Vegas, so
yeah.
It just depends on where you're at.
What do you think is better with this sport? Some sports it's better to be there like live. It's a better event in person. Like I think hockey is better in person than TV.
I heard the electricity in these places is insane, and they do such a good job highlighting it on the big screens. Like even if you are far away and you can't see them down there, like you still have such good coverage as if you're watching it from the house, but you get to be in the environment.
Oh. I know your stream's behind me a little bit. A couple things going on there. O'Malley getting a little aggressive. Had that spinning kick that almost landed, and it looks like a right hand that landed.
Yep.
And you can start to see his length really kind of playing.
Caught that chin on that spin kick on that roundhouse.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah. So you're about 10 seconds behind me, is that right? I'm at 340 right now.
I'm at 353, yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
Ooh, let me see if it goes forward at all.
I wonder if I can pause mine just a little bit. Ooh, I can pause mine. See if you can put yours forward.
I did put mine forward.
Where are you at now?
I'm at the headers or the 334.
I'm 320, 319, 318.
So I went behind you.
You're still back a little bit. Here, I just paused for just a few seconds here. Let me see where I can get to here.
Pause that.
Yeah, I just paused. All right, so now I'm at 311. Where you at?
317.
Okay, we're getting close. There we go. Is what we'll do. I'll just pause. Another 5 seconds here. All right, I'm at 306. What are you at?
I'm right there at 307. I'm right. You're good right there.
Nice.
Strategy.
I can't believe I had a couple people jump on here and watch. I wonder if anybody else is going to pop in. If anybody else thinks we're just stupid. This is fun, man. I'm loving it. All right, so what's worse, a kick to the exterior of the leg or a kick to the interior, like the inner thigh?
I can't speak too much from experience, but it's awful.
Which one?
All of it. It's awful. You have to learn how to weather a kick, and how to check one the correct way, or else, you'll see the way you hear it, and you'll know.
Yeah,
it's rough. And there's certain people that can kick like you're in a phone booth that can still chop with full power, and it's scary. It's not. Yeah, it looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It looks undesirable.
Yeah, you can see that O'Malley's got that reach. He just hit with that left.
Really want him to have a highlight KO. It would be amazing.
Uh-oh.
Another
O'Malley got poked in the – or Munoz got poked in the eye.
Because they're trying to keep them at bay, right? So they've got their lead hand, and they keep their fingers up. And sometimes the opponent comes into it with them extending their arm,
So I think that was unintentional.
Yeah, they'll replay it. Yeah, you'll see they're just like, guard up with their rear hand and their lead hand they have out, trying to push him away.
Okay.
It happens like way too frequently.
So the clock's still running though.
It's at a plus. So with an eye gouge or a groin strike, you get up to 5 minutes.
Okay, so they're adding. Oh, they paused it. Now they're clocking time. So
yeah.
So is that normal though that they do it to the face, or do they try to do it to the forehead, or do they try to do it somewhere else so it doesn't hit their eye?
It's just natural. It's just a natural
response. Just push them away.
Yeah, you got someone proud of it. You're just trying to get them out of your face from charging.
Yeah.
And if it's a doctor stoppage because the eye gouge is too bad and he can't go on and fight, it'll go to the. Hold on, let's see here.
What happens if that happens? What happens if he can't go on?
Let's see. Oh no, it cannot end this way. You hear the crowd?
Yeah. Yeah, so the crowd's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, it's going to be rough. Oh, they're calling it off. O'Malley was ahead on that, I think. There's not too much damage taken from either side. You got to counter up the leg strikes that he endured versus.
All right, so what does that mean? Just a no decision, nothing?
Correct. Oh, most annoying thing ever. Can you imagine? You train day in, day out for 8 weeks, a fight camp, preparing for this one fight, and it ends this way? Can you imagine the
Is that what it is, 8 weeks it goes into the training for this?
Yeah. That's a typical fight camp anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks.
And
that's a buildup of, they do it very strategically for, because you want to avoid injury throughout the entire camp, obviously. And you want to get into it, peak shape. You've got to cut weight the correct way so you're not completely dehydrated and depleted and feeling like crap. So, like, you still have to be able to perform. It's like the science they have this down to now is unreal.
Oh, that ring finger right in the eye.
It didn't even look like too bad, but you can't really tell all the
It's
time.
an eye though, right? I mean,
yeah.
How bad is it times when you just scratch your eye, Yeah, everybody's pissed off about that.
Unbelievable. I wonder what the Vegas line odds were for no contest.
Oh, so that's a line item. Interesting. Do you think he's squeezing his eye just to kind of play it off right now, or do you think he's really hurt?
I'd like to say no, because Pedro Munoz is a dog and doesn't give up. Who knows, though, dude?
Well, that stinks.
It's lame.
All right, 0 for 1 on this.
Nobody.
Not too excited about that. Yeah, no, that stinks. No, 0 for 1. Yeah, that was that was unfortunate.
Damn it, O'Malley.
How much time in between fights usually?
Not too long.
Not too long. All right, good. Good.
They'll do some build-ups. Like, you can take a commercial break if you need the restroom. You can put on. But we need a highlight reel to throw on there, a plug spot for green screens or taps or. We talk to you after a word from our sponsors. Boom, and
That's right. Well, we'll get better at this, right? We'll have this could be a fun thing on every pay-per-view night to do a running commentary of this. Drop some stuff in there. We can talk about a little business while we're here as well.
Yeah, exactly. Marketing is going to be a big part of this, which I think will resonate with you because fighters. So you got to imagine. The UFC catches a lot of heat because compared to professional boxing and some of these other leagues, the fighters don't make near as much money. But
what do they get for something like this? Like, what are those guys? I mean, and does it matter if you win or lose?
Yes. So you get your salary, which is just to show up to fight per your contract.
Yeah.
Some people, and it negotiates differently. It's really about
every contract's different. How well you negotiate.
Power. Are you a draw? Essentially, right? The more views you bring, the more you're worth, the more you can be marketed, right? So, and then there is fight night bonuses, performance bonuses. So,
okay, a lot of celebs there. Look at that. Jock Willink right there. Yeah.
$50,000 bonuses for performance of the night. And that could be one fight. It could be all of them in theory. It just depends on how impressed.
So what's the most someone's made on one fight night, UFC,
Conor McGregor, whatever his pay-per-view was at the peak of his viewers. And
what do you think it was?
I have no idea. But he probably made. He's kind of he's an anomaly. He's the first to do it the way that it's been. He's the one that has elevated the UFC.
See if we can look it up. Biggest UFC payday.
He makes.
All right, so he made
worth of money.
20 million, potentially up to 20 million purse.
Which is light considered, which is crazy because like in boxing, you could be a mid-level contender or opponent.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, we made $42 million in that fight. It's like, what?
Yeah. So it looks like
it's also had a lot more endorsements for longer. Like the sport has been around and more established in what it is, which is why there's more money currently. So
according to sportcode.io, top 10 highest payouts in UFC history, and this was as of May 24th of last year. So this is a year ago. The top one was at that time Conor McGregor $5 million in UFC 257.
Yep.
But it says this is of course only the base salary of the fight. After the pay-per-view numbers, Conor McGregor earned around $20 million for the event.
Yep. So if you're a champion, if you hold a title, you can negotiate for pay-per-view points as part of your commission, essentially. Not everybody gets points just because they're on a pay-per-view card. Yeah. So it depends on what you can. I mean, I guess there's technically nothing off the table. You can negotiate whatever you're worth, right? Like, I mean, if you're Sean O'Malley and you have huge star power to begin with, you're more marketable than someone else, even if they're the number 3 spot. If they don't have the same presence.
Dude, network audience is everything, right? I mean, it's everything. Branding, marketing, it's everything, everybody. Just keep that in mind. It's everything.
Baddest man on the planet right there.
Israel Adesanya.
Yeah. He is.
Where's he from? What's that flag?
He's from New England. He's from.
And then Jared Cannonier.
Killer Gorilla. He's a big, scary dude. He's fought in 3 weight classes, so this is the lightest he's been. He went from heavyweight to light heavy.
Wow, that's quite the change.
Yeah, he used to be huge.
I mean, I've also gone through 3 weight classes myself, but it's slightly different. Wasn't training for it. Hey, speaking of training, you're wearing the old Tough Mudder shirt there. Appreciate it, man. Sporting it, repping it. Look at that. We got another one coming up, October 29th. I wonder who's in. Who's coming to this thing besides you and me? We're gonna rock it. October 29th, Granbury, Texas, just southwest of Fort Worth, Texas. 9 miles, 30 obstacles, dude. I can't wait, man. That last one was so much fun, dude. It was such a blast, dude.
Way more fun than I ever would have anticipated.
We're gonna have a good time again.
This one's gonna be a barn burner. These dudes are gonna throw hands.
Okay, so is this the next fight here? Lawler versus Barberina?
Yep.
All right, so you got phantom weight. That was the one we just did. We got welterweight here. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. See, I want to see some guys get into each other. I can't believe I just said that.
The co-main event. This one. These guys are gonna strategically brawl. They go out there and throw. You're going to see a lot of speed, agility, and explosiveness in the co-main. Holloway and Volkanovski are going to go ahead.
Nice.
See him still sleeping, so I had to shake him up. I kept it too real. I wasn't faking up. My real life was a headline. Your real life got a deadline. My timeline was a hashtag. Your timeline just a hate.
Coming in hot. Hey, we got some good walk-on music on Word on the Street. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of my favorite parts of the show is introducing you guys.
So Robbie Lawler is a veteran of the sport. He's been around for a long time. He's fought.
He looks like he's been around for a while. He looks like he's in his mid to late 30s.
He's probably touching 40.
What do you think is worse, an elbow to the head or like a knee to the head? What do you think is worse?
I think they're probably pretty awful all around.
Oh, golly.
Solid bone. Probably a knee because it would technically have more mass, more momentum.
Right. But man, you could spin an elbow faster than you could spin a knee though.
Yeah.
So
so you can, people will do like flying knees where they're jumping up and they're pulling it up into the
Yeah,
strap.
right. Pull my head. Yeah.
But elbows,
That's
people
nuts.
you'll see people use elbows in such unique ways to the point where like they're lunging in and like they're just sticking their elbow out.
Listen, they come in like pretty boys. They all look good. They got a nice clean shave going on, and everything's all clean. They come out of here all bloodied up, man. It's like the craziest thing. The Freight Sensei's in the house. What's up, Scott Watanabe? Love that dude. Speaking of walk-up music, that guy's got it going on, man.
He's
I
ready.
don't know.
He's so happy.
Dude, that I know, dude. That song is just so good. This for you, Scott. This for you, brother.
I need cheese sticks. Hold on.
No worries. Scott says it depends on where the force is coming from. And, you think about this. A knee has a bigger area to hit, which means the force is spread out, but an elbow is much sharper. So a fast spinning elbow can be pretty dangerous, especially at a temple. I can imagine that can be pretty crazy. Scott, man, always good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping in. Always good to see your name pop up. Love your content, man. Love what you're doing. We got to get together sometime in person, meeting face to face. You should join us for the Tough Mudder, bro. You should come hang out with us down in Dallas in October. Be good to have you, man. Be good to have you. Although I just need to come with the Boise because that place is fire. Love Boise. One of my favorite spots. One of my favorite spots.
So,
what's up?
Hold on. I'm sending this to you right now.
Come on.
I love the internet. Like I have such a love-hate relationship with the internet. But it's like undefeated when it comes to memes or humor with real-time stuff that just happened, like pop culture. Like people are.
Man, I think one of my favorite posts recently was your post about about waking up thinking you were in college still.
It was so strange.
It's so funny, dude. I love that. All right. Captain O'Malley shows no mercy. I love that. That's hilarious. Hey, do you ever watch golf on TV?
What?
Do you ever watch golf on TV?
No.
You might actually enjoy watching Live Golf. It's the new one. It's different. It's not PGA Tour. It's LIV, which is just Roman numerals for 54. It's taking the golf world by storm a little bit. It's forcing the PGA Tour to change.
Spain or Saudi?
It's the Saudi. That's correct. Yeah, but like big stars. Yeah, big stars are going to it, and they're doing things totally different. It's a team sport, which is interesting. It's got teams, so there's like this kind of fun element that even if you're not playing great, you need to try to make birdies for your team.
Like scramble, didn't it?
They're getting paid a lot more. It's not a scramble, but it's a shotgun, which means they all tee off at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's different. Like on the PGA Tour, they tee off on hole one. Everybody does especially on Saturday and Sunday. Everybody tees off on hole one, which means it takes 9 hours to play around a golf. You got to get everybody through the course. But with this, everybody's done in 4.5 hours. And those guys can have later tee times. They have to start early. It's better for TV. They're making fat money. They've got music playing.
Sounds like
a lot of family friend stuff. I mean, listen, I'm a PGA Tour fan, huge fan of the PGA Tour. Love just tournament golf in general. But man, I think this thing's going to take guys. It's going to bring people like you maybe that don't watch golf. It might bring people like you to check it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. Totally different. So we'll see what happens.
I saw a funny meme, which would be the best event ever, is instead of the Olympics being the most elite athletes that train their entire lives, it's random people to get summoned like jury duty. And it's like, oh, I guess I'm competing in the bobsled. And it's like, you have to do your best. Tell me who wouldn't watch.
Can you see some dudes from the office just hopping into a bobsled, see what happens?
Be like, hey, it looks like I'm going to be on the parallel bars USA team.
That's right. I better get to work.
I've never
better do a couple dips and see what happens. Oh, that would be hilarious. What would we call that? What would you call that? You got the Olympics, you got the Paralympics. Maybe it'd be like the dad bod Olympics, the I don't know what that'd be called. Average Joe Olympics.
The best of the subpar. Like I don't know.
Subpar Olympics.
The underwhelming. I don't.
Underwhelming. Oh, it'd be fun. Have to come with a name for that for sure. All right, so here we go. Robbie Lawler, Brian Barberina. Ooh, 40 years old. Yeah, I called it. I said upper 30s. So 5'11", 6 foot, about the same. The reach is almost the same. Ooh, this should be good. These two guys will probably get into each other.
Barberina.
Feeling good about this. I'm not gonna lie. Barberina's physique does not look that good. He does not look like he's been working out.
It's really funny because especially like the heavier weights, the light heavy, you'll see people, and you're like,
I mean, look at this guy. This guy kind of looks like he rolled out of the office. He was slinging freight this week. This guy was slinging freight, and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing this weekend?" Like, "Hey, it's 4th of July. We're gonna have barbecue." He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna go jump in the ring."
this guy's the best
Go
carrier in the game.
that looks like somebody that would be a carrier rep in an office, in a freight office. I think so.
Ops guy.
Yeah, I bet the freight sensei's got someone looks just like that in his office. I would bet that. Scott, if you got somebody like that, send us a picture. I bet that's
it's
true.
funny because you look at these guys, it's like you're clearly an elite athlete.
Yeah, see, that guy looks like an athlete.
But and he's 40. And but sometimes your physique, it doesn't get reflected.
See, look at that. Hey, listen, he's 40 and he's got muffin top. You see that? He's got a little muffin top. It's hard, people. When you're 40, especially with kids, it's hard to be in shape. Look at that. He's got a little, when he puts his arms down, he's got a little muffin top.
One thing to consider is low body fat percentage and vascularity is not a good indicator for level of performance of that body, because your body's tuned to fight and to go a certain distance and cardio, so it's like,
yeah. Ooh, the umpire's he's like, I love that. Umpire's into it. Is it umpire or referee? What is it in? Is it umpire or referee?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad you corrected me on that. Well, the referee is
honestly, that's 2022. Rules are out the window. It can be an umpire in your world if you want to.
Whatever. Official.
Exactly.
Zebra. Not a zebra in this one, though. All right. So, again, this guy Barberina does not look like he's in shape at all. Like, he literally looks like he just got off a tractor, I think, and he's hopping in the ring.
He looks like someone's corn-fed uncle from Arkansas ready to throw down.
Kind of looks like his cousin did that haircut, too. Just right before, just said, "Hey, shave the sides, man. Just do whatever you want. Shave the sides." That's kind of what it seemed like. I'm liking it, though. I like it. You got to have something unique on the top. I like it. It's the way to go. And of course, Scott's going to like the bald look.
If Scott was a fighter, I would expect him to wear the umbrella hat on the walkout.
Nice. Hey, speaking of bald guys, where's Chris Horton? We need to get him in here. Let's see if he's available. Come on, join us, buddy. Get in here. All right. So, listen, I'm just going to say, just on physique alone, I think that Lawler's got a great shot here. But, Barberina's kind of, I don't know. He's been enjoying the cheeseburgers a little too much, I think. Oh, but he's got some quick jabs. He's the kind of guy that, would be in an alley. You might not expect much, but he would just, pulverize you. Here we go. See, this is what I like. I like when they start to get a little wild.
What's your time at?
My time's at 3:42. What's yours?
Me as well.
Same time?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. But I like it when they start just trying to, lay out some haymakers. There we go. See, one of those has got to land. Their reach is almost the exact same. Look at that.
So the question is, Lawler, he's 40 years old and he's been in a lot of wars, a lot of battles. Right. Can his chin hold up? Because it deteriorates over time, right? Like the more you get knocked out, the less and less you can continue to take it.
Yeah, like you're more sensitive to it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Ooh. So, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Just do you hear that? The way they're cracking, you can hear that contact.
Yeah. Oh, shot right in the ribs. That's got to hurt. So Barberina's just throwing him a little bit.
He lands.
He's not really protecting himself. He's just flying. Playing a lot of offense. Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. Lawler got a good one in there. Barberina looks a little stunned.
Ooh.
Back against it. Yeah, Lawler looks sharp, man. He's he's just slapping him.
So Lawler may be older and not as able to weather as much of a storm, but he's got the experience.
Yeah.
God.
3 minutes in. Looks like he's kind of hit him a couple, like Barberina in the nose a couple times there.
Lawler's landing well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Lawler's doing a pretty good job. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like he threw that leg kick and he just kind of
lifts it up.
He kind of looks like Tyson right now. Where Tyson's just moving the head around and not getting hit.
Your leg is grounded, right? And you've got weight on it. And you take a kick, you're absorbing all that energy. It's going right to where point of contact.
Right. But if he lifts it up and just kind of loosens his,
It's
knee,
like,
then
it just kind of goes
yeah,
with the momentum and absorbs it.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
More of a slap than it is taking damage.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, see, Barberina gets hit with that elbow. When they
That's
get
what you
close,
see a
he just
lot.
throws that elbow. And I'm
You'll
saying,
see
I think that,
nasty elbows when they're clinched, and then when they break the clinch, separate or
yeah. Oh,
ooh,
did you see that back elbow?
Yeah.
Is that what
It's like
yeah,
people
yeah.
get really creative with elbows. You'll see some
Yeah.
wild stuff.
Yeah, he's hitting. I'll tell you what, Lawler's taking some punches right now,
It
man.
really is.
But
Ooh.
okay, there we go. Now we're.
Did you
Yeah.
watch which fight was it? It was Deluce.
I did not see any of the fights except the first one. I was spending some time with the fam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, this is great. Yeah, the commentary is funny because these are all, it's starting to swell up above that right eye.
Yeah. What percentage of these fights go 3 rounds? I mean, a lot of there's some good shots right there.
There's been, I think it was last event, it tied for the most knockouts in one night from the early prelims to like 9.
Yeah.
Which is
they're
dude, they're cracking this first round.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Barberina was looking like he was just trying to do something.
Wow. Round 2. All right. This is a great. This one's advertised. I mean, we knew this one was going to be what it was. This has been both of their styles for like the longest time. It's what they're known for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lawler has a history of being in like fan favorite fights. Like the way he fights is very entertaining.
Yeah. All right. What's the device there? What are they doing with that? What is that metal device?
Cold press to reduce swelling.
And
then Vaseline, obviously, to try to seal up cuts, abrasions, and then to make you slick.
Do they use cold press in boxing? I don't feel like I've ever seen that. I used to watch boxing with my dad.
Well, a cut man and then a cold press guy.
Interesting. Okay, I don't remember seeing that in boxing growing up, but
significant stripes attempted 190. He's just Barberina's throwing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he just hit. Look at that, 60 significant strikes. That's a lot of blows to take in 5 minutes. I mean, that's you can see that left eye, right below the left eye. He's got, like a couple more hits on that, and that could open up.
And they count a significant strike as anything that is other than basically a jab. So an elbow.
Something that lands.
Yeah.
All right.
It's flush, you name it.
All right. What's the strategy here? It's round 2. You've had 5 minutes in. What's the strategy for Lawler?
He's going to have to either take him down, or he's going to have to. He can't keep taking punches like that in volume.
Yeah. So why aren't these guys trying, going for a takedown? I mean, it seems to me like if you can successfully get a takedown, you get an advantage being on top or just being. I mean, I don't know what.
So it's all about essentially the game plan, and they essentially build their approach to the style of the fighter they're facing, right? And they study them. They look for like holes in their game, their stance, their approach. These two guys are going to be most comfortable and confident on their feet striking. That's just what
both of them are. So you think it's easier to face somebody who has a similar style to you, or is it easier to face somebody who is going for a different, like somebody maybe who's more of a shot right there?
Hold on.
Yeah. Got him right on the nose.
See that crowd when something like that happens?
Yeah, you see it. There's another one, dude. He's just like that little jab is so quick.
Like a piston.
When Barberina's coming in for something, he just hits him real hard with that. Oh, he feels it. There we go. There he goes. You got another one. Dude, he's hitting that jab hard.
It's the best punch in boxing, right?
That's impressive. Yeah. I mean, it's the most effective. Straight line.
It helps you find your range, because if you can tag them with your left, your right will, your right's coming.
You know where they're at to come in with it. Yeah. Hey, a movie that we watched tonight just before this, we were watching Jack Reacher. You ever watched that? The first Jack Reacher?
Yes. Have you watched the Amazon Prime series they made?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's great. It was great.
Yeah, some of the fight scenes in that were pretty impressive. Dude, Barberina's got some serious damage there.
Yeah. So it's What? You gonna get one? You said you're gonna go get one.
It's interesting. Barberina's been, pretty close. Oh man, there's some serious damage. Barberina's been up against the fence a little bit tonight. It seems like that's where he's most
best round.
comfortable.
He took round 1 hands down.
Yeah.
But that's such interesting
Lawler-
thing about the sport, dude. 'Cause, like, think about the mental, and I'm imagining as best I can. I've never been in this situation, but you think adversity in anything you've ever done at a high level of competition, whether it's baseball, basketball for you, right? Like whatever it is, the Tough Mudder, right? Let's just say you have those moments to where like you have a lot of adversity, like the mind games that come along with that. Can you imagine fighting, knowing that you're on national television, the world's watching, you could get knocked out?
Yeah. You could get hurt. You could
get humiliated, knowing, let's say you lost a round and you've got 2 more. Like the fortitude that it takes to bounce back from that, I can only imagine. It's just insane. And that's what I love watching so much about this.
I'll tell you what, Lawler looks so much more disciplined and more steady and stable.
Yeah.
Like Barberina is just wild, just going
Essentially
after
more
it.
mature, the way his approach, he understands because he's.
But Barberina is taking some shots this round. It's just like he's going for those wild punches again. It's like Lawler now knows, and so,
hello, lunging elbow.
Oh yeah. Watch out. Oh, here we go. Problem. Lawler doesn't look like he knows where he is. He's just trying to stay in there. Look at this.
Oof.
Oh, elbow. Oof. This is one punch away from it being over.
The uppercut would have sent him in.
And now you got Lawler who's not protecting himself. Yeah, he's hurt.
Hold on. This is insane.
Yeah, these guys are stumbling. This is back alley, like trying to finish each other off right here. And now you see
where it's just like it's a battle of wills.
Right. Oh, Barberina just took a shot right to the nose.
You're not consciously all there. You're just
at all that damage. Yeah. Look at this. Oh, see now Barberina's coming with those elbows, dude. Barberina loves those elbows in close. Oh man. Ooh. Dude, are they going to get out of this round? 30 seconds left. What do you think? Dude, Lawler looks like he's about to fall right now. Dude, Lawler is hurt. Dude, look at that.
Yeah, dude, he is.
So
like, Barberina's younger. He can take more damage.
Right.
In these dangerous situations. Like, Lawler's not. Oh.
Yeah. Lawler's just trying. Oh, this is it right here.
Call it, ref. Yep. Call it. He's going to call
it. That's it right there. Yep. That's it.
Out on his feet. He's out standing up. I knew Barberina was going to win this one. I knew it.
Man, that was something. Wow.
Lawler.
Yeah, you can tell like a look at that. He's done, dude. He's down. He can't even stand up. Wow.
Look at him. Wow. Can you imagine the adrenaline rush?
Blake, what's up, brother? Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here if you're still here. Man, dude, that was okay. So you could just tell the moment when Lawler was like done.
He's completely out, stand on his feet, like he's out. He's really sure what's going on.
Yeah. Those elbows when he lunges like that elbow like that. Like he got to that point where he was just done. Like he was just trying to hang on.
But it's amazing how you can weather that, right? Like he's not knocked out. Like he's still there technically.
Like right there, but he is just trying to stay in. Look at this. Done.
He's so bad because he's such a good dude.
Oh. Yeah. Look at that. He's like done. Oh, wow. Wow.
Man, what a great one. That one's a fight of the night contender.
That was a good fight. Wow. What do you think happens after these fights when these guys are just ripped apart? They go to the hospital?
Every one of them goes to the hospital unless you take no damage at all, but it's protocol. Yeah. You immediately go to the hospital for checkup. You get obviously PT test, checking for concussions, eyes, make sure your eyes are, your retinas are intact.
Yeah. What do you think the motivation is for these guys? Why do they do this?
Because they're unemployable. They have just that whatever in them that makes them want to start. Because you have to be a certain level of crazy to do this.
You do.
But the thing is, and
there's Joe Rogan. There he is. What is Joe Rogan doing in a suit?
That's
not right.
He was in town. He had a sold out stand up show last night.
Yeah, but he could change clothes between now and then. What's he doing in a suit?
It's a big event. I don't know.
He's not even really wearing it that correctly. They look like it fit him. I think he borrowed that. He got to the ring. They're like, put this on. I mean, the shirt doesn't look like it fits. I don't know. Not that I should talk crap about Joe Rogan. I'm just saying.
The funny thing is, the fighters, they don't like. If you ever ask them, did you plan? In the second round when you did this, most of the time, 80% of the time, they're like, I don't. I'll have to go back and watch it. Like they don't remember what's going on
in the moment. Yeah,
most of them.
Just in the moment, just went after it.
The person for a moment, they step out of themselves.
Right there. That's when Lawler was like, and he looked up at the clock. Do you see that? He took that hit and then he looked up to see how much time was left.
Much longer.
He was just trying to get out of that round.
He will get a $50,000 bonus for that one.
Looks like he's got a broken nose. I'm not gonna lie, that looks broken.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
Wow, that was a good fight. That was a good fight.
So this next one is going to be interesting. It's going to be Sean Strickland and Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is semi-new to the UFC. He is a super elite kickboxer. Here's Usman, Miles Teller.
Hey, Miles Teller. Hey, by the way, saw Top Gun for the third time last night. Ooh, Sean White, what's up?
What a man.
I saw Top Gun for the third time in a week last night in IMAX Theater in Davenport, Iowa. Joe Burrow.
Clown.
Joey B. Looking his swag as always. That guy's got some swagger, dude. Joey B. That's the kind of guy you want on your center for your team. Guys like him, Patrick Mahomes. There's some great quarterbacks right now. Josh Allen.
This next one's going to be very interesting.
All right, so they go to the hospital, they get checked out, and then how long till his next fight? Is it going to be 8 weeks, 12 weeks?
For their next fight?
What's the time frame for this guy to get back in the ring?
So it depends. That's their decision, right? Like they may want to take off a little bit to heal, recover, depending on what the damage was from either their training camp that they fought through for their fight or an injury they sustained in this fight. And then also it's interesting because you also have to have a dance partner, right? So like the UFC is very, very good. It's an art form because what makes fights is the style matchups, not necessarily just putting two people in there, right?
Right, two people that are going to be dynamic, that are going to draw a crowd.
Now that they know how to match the styles up to create. Because I mean, for a great performance, you have to have a dance partner that's willing to do kind of the same things with you, right? So the scheduling can be how much damage did I take? A lot of people, will go in there and get a quick knockout or submission, and they sustain no damage, and they're perfectly healthy from their fight camp. So they're like, "Hey, I'm ready to go in 3 weeks." Or if you have a dropout, if somebody gets sick or drops out from a card upcoming, like I'm still in shape. I'm just coming out of camp. I took no damage. Like I'm ready to fight again.
Yeah.
So it all depends because it's subjected to the fighter too, because they can choose. They can, Dana might come to them next Tuesday and be like, "Hey, we're thinking about pairing you up with so-and-so 12 weeks out on September 1st for the so-and-so card." And that fighter can either choose to say like, "Yeah, I'll sign that. Let's work at the numbers or whatever. I'll sign the contract." Or they could be like, I don't want to take that fight. And then UFC will essentially try to pair that person up with somebody else that makes sense. So it could be it's a timing thing. So
yeah, are these guys independent contractors? Are they employees? Yeah. Are they unionized? You know anything about that?
I believe they're probably 1099. Because I know they don't have like health insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
But the UFC does take care of them during their contract. Like I think all their hospital stuff, post-fight and thing is covered by the UFC, but ongoing health care.
Yeah, it's all theirs.
Family and stuff.
It's interesting because right now the PGA Tour is going through this because their players are independent contractors. They can't unionize because the PGA Tour is technically a nonprofit. But UFC is not a nonprofit. And so I'm curious if at any time these guys might ever unionize and become, just have a little stronger voice.
They've tried to. They've done something like that. There's been talks. Too many people are scared to stand up to it, from what I understand. And the UFC has them locked into the way their contracts were built. Has them locked in pretty tight. Like they don't have a ton of room. It's as easy, and Dana White's been out there, and he's been like, it's as easy as this, guys. Like, you either want to fight or you don't. There's two. If you are upset with the money or there's a lot of people waiting for their shot or to step into this thing, and they're willing to do it. Like in the levels, the talent out there. So it's like
and there's only so many spots. I mean, there's 10 fighters tonight on the main card. That's it. I mean, that's the elite of the elite in any sport.
Division, there's always someone trying to make it. They've been living in their car for the past 6 years, training, doing whatever it takes to get that chance because it's all they know is fighting. Like, what else am I going to do in sales? Like, am I going to go be IT support? It's like most of them only know fighting. I shouldn't say most. A lot of them, that's all they know. Like, obviously, there's people with really diverse backgrounds. So, yeah.
Well, Conor McGregor's a hell of a marketer. I put him on my marketing team anytime.
Yeah, everyone wants to fight Conor McGregor for Red Panty Night. That's what they call it. Because that's when you're going to make the most money is fighting Conor.
Right. But, he did such a good job of marketing himself and creating his own brand, which was controversial.
Very.
It's like Trump. Controversy draws eyeballs. And
man, the rise of Conor McGregor, though, to watch that, I feel really fortunate to be able to witness that and watch him from the time he entered till he hit his rocket ship and hit his peak, because it was very I don't know. He was very good at trash talking. His charisma, the way he could get you going, he was the king of it. But he also
had the it factor.
Everything that he did. He always did. He would call his shots. He would be like, "This is how this is going to end. I'm going to knock him out." So it was very special in that way, and he did it in spectacular fashion. You add that, and the marketing behind it, the out of the cage stuff to build the fight up. Amen. He hasn't won one of his last 4 or 5 fights, but he's still such a draw, and he's such a superstar that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He gets privileged choice to do whatever he wants to do, fight when he wants to, essentially,
Is he still fighting? I haven't heard his name in a while.
He's been recovering from a pretty bad injury.
Yeah.
He's been putting on weight to go up divisions, too. I think he wants to fight at 170, which he's never been to, but he's huge right now. This is Alex Pereira you're seeing on TV. He is in the top 1% of elite kickboxers in the world.
Yeah.
And is now coming to UFC. He has 60-something fights outside of UFC. So he's had a lot of experience.
Yeah. What do you think that feels like to throw a punch that knocks a dude out?
I bet it's the most empowering moment. And it's got to be the ultimate rush, right? Because no matter if you consider yourself a peaceful person, you don't like whatever, we have these inherent primitive things about us. It's
right.
That's there, whether you want it to be somewhere deep. It may be deeper down in some, but it's there.
I mean, think about this. If somebody entered my house and threatened my kids, that would come out.
Like a different person.
100%.
Now, then
it'd be hard not to let that come out and at least try to, what everyone call it, knock them out, submit, whatever. That would come out.
Jordan Peterson has a really good take on that. It says a good man is a man that is capable of great violence, but chooses to have it under control. If you are not capable of violence, you are not peaceful, you are helpless.
Yeah.
Right? And it's one of those things too. It's better to be a warrior, or it's better to be a warrior in a garden than it is to be a gardener in a war.
Gardener in a war. Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
I think.
Yeah, it is. And there's something to be said. I mean, it's interesting, something we talk about occasionally, but we have some of these primitive instincts, protection instincts. And it's when the battle's on, do you run into it or do you run away from it?
Right.
Right. And so, there's no promise or guarantee of peace, and people have had to go, to fight to preserve peace. And those are the people we respect the most, the greatest generation, right? That preserve the freedoms that we have here in America. And as you said earlier, happy birthday, America, this weekend, right? But you think about that, it's this dynamic of being a peacemaker who is able to maintain peace. And what does it take to maintain peace? Sometimes it takes violence. It takes war. It takes fighting.
That's why it's funny when people are like, "We can't just talk about it. Peace is the way, love is the way." It's yeah, I get that. However, there are people that have a radicalized mindset and were indoctrinated a certain way to hate us for no reason. I was like, that.
Right. Just to hate.
No words
just
or
to hate.
Practice, which can stop trying to bury you and your children and your loved ones. It's like there is only one recourse.
Right. It's interesting. I think about when Jesus said, turn the other cheek. I wonder where in life that really applies when it comes to somebody who wants to kill you or wants to hurt you. Right. I mean, would it be good for me as a dad to turn the other cheek if somebody's coming after my family?
No. By all means, deadly force, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Like that's what that is. I also think too, if more people did martial arts, they would, because like how many people are truly not confident in themselves, and because of that inferiority or the ego, because you're not sure, you have to feel like you prove it. Like how many conflicts, altercations, and bad things happen out of ego, self-esteem issues. Like you feel like you have to prove it. It's like how many people talk crap because they feel like they have to. Like I'm the bigger man. Because any of these guys, you think they're violent really outside the cage? No. Like you think they go around?
Maybe some of them, But I think most of them know how powerful they are, and they
prove themselves because they know how bad. They know they're bad. They're bad men. They know.
Yeah. Well, think about this. There was that one time, probably 2 or 3 years ago, where that I think some college kids from Oklahoma were like taunting this UFC trained fighter in the bathroom, and that dude just like ripped him apart, totally ripped him apart, and he actually got kind of chastised for it because like he like everybody said you knew how deadly your hands were, and yet you did that anyways. I mean,
they should have too. It's like here's the thing. It's like if you're asking for it, dude, you deserve all of it. If you're gonna be the instigator, where someone's like trying to like clearly like, dude, like leave me alone. I don't want any part of this. You win. Like you're the bigger person. Like you win. I'm punking out. Right. I'm walking away, and they want to continue. And if they get knocked out or something bad comes their way because they pursued instigation, you deserve every bit of that.
Yep.
You
Sean
have to
Strickland.
look at the consequences you make.
Sugar Sean, right here.
This is not Sugar Sean.
This is not Sugar Sean.
Sugar Sean was the no contest eye poke.
Oh, Sean O'Malley.
I'm going to be salty about for a while.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland's probably one of the closer individuals to being a legitimate sociopath of anyone else. He's close.
What's his strength in the ring?
He's got really good striking defense, and he likes to throw hands. He's just a fighter. Like he likes to fight.
Third highest significant strike rate in UFC history.
He loves to fight.
Highest significant strike defense in UFC. What does strike defense mean? What does that mean?
Being able to block, weather, parry, absorb without taking damage,
So he's the best. He's one of the better defender.
He has very good striking defense. Yeah. So the person he's fighting is a elite sniper precision striker. Like the guy throws and he knows where it's going. He is his fight IQ is super high. He's a machine. My fear for Sean Strickland is he stands pretty flat. What's up, dude?
Dr. Mark in the house.
How's it going, guys?
It's going well, man. I know. I can't believe we're doing this. This is crazy. What's up, man? How are you? How was Greece, dude? Pictures look phenomenal.
Dude, it was really cool. It was awesome. Once in a lifetime trip, and I got spoiled. I ate a little too many euros and gelato as well, so it's all good.
hey, when in Rome, man. And literally,
exactly.
You're pretty much right there. So no, that's exciting, man. Thanks for jumping on the stream, man. So you a big UFC fan? I would say sounded like it in the comments.
Becoming a little bit. I am definitely by no means I have no clue who these people are, but I think UFC is
good. That's me.
Okay.
2-on-1. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. I liked Sugar Sean.
Yes, right? You have to.
He's just entertaining, but what happened? He kicked the guy in the balls and then eye poke?
Yeah.
Eye poke, so there's no contest. It's called doctor stoppage.
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay.
So
those doctors, Mark, just get in the way.
He was winning that fight though.
Was he?
From a
point, he was.
It was.
He was landing in the second.
One side. It is. Yeah, I think so. You could also tell commentator wise how they were saying man, Pedro Munoz has never fought like this because he was obviously having trouble getting close to Sean or getting on the inside because of his range and striking.
Right.
So,
he was just throwing kicks because he couldn't reach. Yeah, it was interesting.
This is going to be
Dr. Mark. What do we got to do to get you to the Tough Mudder in October down in Dallas? What we got to do? Come on.
And where is it at? Or when?
Dallas, Fort Worth area, Granbury, October 29th. You need to join the team, man.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. All right. Hey, are you guys right at the start
You're
of the
going
fight?
to see some gnarly knees from Alex Pereira that look like they're uppercuts. They come up so high and so fast.
Yeah, he's pretty flexible. I'm at 448. You guys at 448? 447, 446? All right. Good deal. So Mark, how many of these have you watched? You've been following quite a while. Is this pretty new?
I've watched a couple of UFC fights. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. But I'm getting into it, and I like just it's one of those sports that you don't really need to know the rules at all. You can literally just watch and kind of understand what's going on here.
You can appreciate the level that they're at by watching two elite fighters. Like you kind of know, like they know, you can tell, like it's a high stakes chess game is what with terrible physical consequences.
So Strickland knows that kicks are coming. Like he knows it's coming. He's kind of looking out for that. Yeah. But he's trying to jab. He's trying to box. Is that right?
He's got to get closer, because Alex Pereira is.
And if you're closer, then the guy can't really kick. They can knee you, but they can't kick you if you're close.
He can bring those knees up if they're in a phone booth. It's actually crazy to watch. It's straight. Yeah. It looks like a piston coming up at a 45-degree angle. It's crazy.
Right, and trying to get out of the way of that thing. It's got to be.
They'll come in, close the ground, get him into a Muay Thai clinch, which is essentially, collapse, interlace fingers behind the other person's head, pulling them into it.
Yeah. What's the most entertaining division? When you think about some of the fights you've watched, like which one?
Fire.
That was the one we just watched. The first one, right? I mean, the first one was
135. The 135 division, like that one's stacked.
What makes that one so great? I mean, they're smaller. They're
talent, the speed, the creativeness, the level of technique. There's a lot. Every division's stacked. Even the heavyweight's pretty fun now.
Yeah. Mark, where are you living in?
I'm in Hazelwood, so not too.
See, this is what we need to do. We need to get fight nights together, you and I. This is what we need to do.
Well, that's what I was hoping. I thought, Hayden, you're up in Chicago, right?
No, he's in Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas. Okay. Why? I don't know why I thought you were in Chicago. Okay. Never mind that. That's a little bit
because he slays freight. Because he's a monster in the freight industry. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mark, we need to find out who else in St. Louis.
He's out.
Left hook.
What was that?
Lunging left hook caught him.
Whoa.
You can't stand like that. That was what I was fearing of. Is Sean Strickland fights flat-footed and he keeps his head on the center line, but he just relies on his defense and he tries to walk through it and throw punches in volumes. But he's fighting Alex Pereira.
What did he take? That was quick. I mean, I didn't even see it. It was just like it looked like a jab. It is what it looked like.
Left hook.
It was a left hook to the jaw.
Right on the
chin. He was done.
Right on that go to sleep button.
Done. Yeah. The go to sleep button.
It's a flash knockout. You get hit and you go completely black. Your body collapses.
Is it because it torques your head so fast? I mean, like what do you think?
Yeah. So because the reverse, so your chin, hold on, watch.
Boom. Oh yeah, done.
Imagine the torque on that with that guy's form.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Boom. Whoa. Yeah, that's the fall. Oh, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He's like.
And then the right cross as he's getting back up.
Yeah. Look at that. Boom. Look how quick that is.
Flash knockout. He goes out. His legs leave him.
Yeah, right. Legs are just done.
He's standing back up here.
And there we go. There's that. There's that. You got two more.
See, look at him. He just walks straight up. Head doesn't move. Center line. Standing straight up.
And done. Whew.
So imagine taking something this dense at the bottom of the chin. There's not a lot of stability in the jaw, so it's going to take a lot of that. All that energy is transferring, right? The reverberation from that strike. And obviously, when the brain touches the actual inside of the skull, that's when a concussion happens.
So, who did you have before this fight? Did you have Pereira?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm still 100% on my calls outside of O'Malley having the no contest. But he was winning, and I will say that definitively. And I did pick him to win, even though a fight can change on a dime at any point. So
Strickland's like a guy who got called to the principal's office, and he's just like waiting to hear.
Strickland is defeated right now. He is mentally not happy.
Did
Yeah.
you put some money on these fights or no? Okay.
I did. Yes, Josh Harrison, you owe me $10. I told you.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Let me text you right now.
Yeah.
So you don't do like DraftKings or anything like that. Okay. I've got friends, man, because we're in St. Louis, but it's not legal. Sports betting is not legal in Missouri. But I got friends who will drive across the border, place bets, especially during NFL season. On Sundays, we'll place bets in Illinois and then drive home and watch the games. And it's like, oh my God.
We parlay down here, so like there's storefronts in Dallas that look like grocery stores, and then you go to the back, and
it's legit sports book. Yeah.
And when I say legit, I mean cash only, illegal technically, but
right. But they're taking bets. Mark, why do you think it is that Missouri is so? I mean, I know obviously very conservative values here in Missouri, but like you can gamble, you can go to the riverboat and gamble, but why do you think sports betting, especially since it's so common now everywhere? I wonder why Missouri hasn't. Yeah, not that I want to do it. I've never done it, but
yeah, I'm not that big of a gambler either. But I have no clue.
Here's the deal with gambling for me. I only like to put money on something that I have some control over. Like I love to play golf for money. Like, to me, that's fun. Gone.
My buddy, I see what you're saying now. Marcus, he when we were selling cars together, so he's always had this knack for one. It was poker first and foremost. He used to live in Lufkin, Texas, so he was an hour from Shreveport. So he used to go. He became very good at it, and there's been some bad that came along with this. Like losing his college fund, gambling it away, stuff like that. But he's also
forget that.
He's won a lot of money too. At one point, he was going to Shreveport like every weekend and just coming home with a couple grand, taking travelers, people coming into the casinos that aren't really accustomed to that. That was just his thing. At one point, he got invited to play in a tournament, which the winner got a seat on the World Poker Tour somewhere.
Whoa!
But he actually decided he told me he would just rather keep doing what he's doing. It may have been pressure, whatever the case is, but he ended up just kind of continue doing it. Long story short, so obviously he had a knack for playing, reading people, and then also pattern tracking, like noticing patterns, and he took that to finance and analytics and does that well. But he does a lot of sports gambling, and it's not the money, it's the ego thing. He likes to say, I was right in Vegas. Like, I was right. You were wrong. Like, I was right. And like, that's the high he gets from doing it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who put just $5 down on a football game, and it just makes it a little bit more fun to watch.
I know people that put a lot more than that on $500,000, and to me that's kind of crazy because you can't control that. You can't control it.
I wish I had money to just blow like that and to risk.
Yeah, that too. That'd be nice.
I mean, so much fun.
I ever tell you guys the story of the time about I won $600 on the golf course? Ever tell you that? Dude, I don't gamble much on the golf course just because I got two kids that want stuff, and so I save all my money for them.
You work for.
I was playing. That's right. I was playing with a guy up at the TPC Boston, a friend of a friend. We were playing, and he was like, "Hey, let's play $100 this hole. $100 this hole." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna play for $100 on that hole, right?" And these guys kept coming. So finally, I was like, "I'm fine. I'm gonna play." So we play, and I win. Shaquille O'Neal, Chuck Liddell. Of course, this is marketing right here. You show all these celebrities that are there, and now it's that FOMO, right? Like you don't want to miss out. So, although I don't know that guy, cocky captain. But anyways, so I won $100. Then he got pissed. Then he wanted to play another hole, and he made this rule that you couldn't deny a bet if you were up. So he kept betting. I got up $300. Took a hole off. Then he wanted to bet for $300. I won again. I was up $600. And I had a 4-foot putt on the 18th hole to win $1,200 total. I missed it. I won $600.
We're
I had to somehow tell my wife.
10:30. Let's go. It's a short night.
It's 10:30. Oh, really? Is this quick?
Yeah, it's the co-main event right now, and it's only 10:30. Nice. Usually, it's like the main event's starting around like 9.
Nice. Yeah. So these next two fights are it.
High stakes, high level.
Nice. Yeah. So anyway, I had to try to tell my wife how I won $600 on the golf course when I don't really gamble on the golf course. That was interesting, but at least that was better than saying I lost $600 on the golf course. So that was the best Venmo I've received so far.
My cool gambling story, or my best one, I should say. There's not that many of them that have come out positive.
All right.
At one of my jobs when I got into selling print and marketing, I filled out my W-4 wrong and like claimed 2 or 3. I did something wrong. I ended up owing like $2,800 at the end of the year, and I've always, that's never been the case. And for me, that's a lot of money at the time. You're like, what? Because when you're a $40,000 millionaire living paycheck to paycheck, you get money back. You just because it's coming, and you don't have a reason to. Fast food 4 times a day and going to sushi. But anyway,
that's right.
I ended up owing money. Well, I find that out, and I wait till like the last week to like the deadline in April or whatever it is to pay that. Well, I ended up going to WinStar in Oklahoma the weekend before the final weekend where it's due, and I ended up winning $2,600 in slots.
Nice.
That was like the first time I'd really gone to the casino and like tried, quote unquote, tried to win or put money into it. And it's so funny because you walk away from it, you're like, dude, this is so easy.
That's right.
I can't believe what that was. Why
just go to the boat every week.
Oh yeah, quit my job here. What the hell?
So the next time I went, I won $1,200. I'm like, dude, this is easy. I don't think. And then I haven't won since, except for me and Taylor's quote unquote honeymoon.
Ropes you in, man.
So
that first time luck ropes you in every time.
I ended up. So me and Taylor had a choice to make. We could either. So like I married my wife as a kid, right? So we've already got a 3 or 3-year-old when we met at the time, like when we were in a real relationship. And it was either we can have a wedding or we can have money to put on a down payment on a house. So it was one or the other. So we were like, dude, forget a wedding. And thank God we got a house, that we were able to sell off and get the one now. Because if we had to buy a house in this market, like I feel for people right now, like bad. It's it's both. But so we went honeymoon because our thing is gambling, like going to the casino and like we'll take like $300 to $400 a piece, like when we plan it.
Just
like,
have fun.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, we went to Shreveport for like our hunt because we only have so much help to watch the kids for so long. So it's like we have to do quick getaways. So we went to Shreveport for our honeymoon to gamble. In Shreveport, by the way, guys, Shreveport, Louisiana is ratchet. It's dirty.
Shout out Shreveport.
Shreveport. We were there for 3 days, 2 nights, and on the second night, I hit for $1,200 and ended up covering our entire trip. So we got a free.
Whoa, there we go. That's awesome.
Our gas, food,
Nice.
everything. Ended up it was a wash. So I was like, all right, that's a win. And since then, I've been losing my ass.
That sounds like a Robert Bain story right there. That guy just he'll just drop in 30 minutes and win $1,200 like that. It's crazy. But he was telling me his philosophy behind it. It made a ton of sense. But I'll let him share that. All right, so we got
into it is either I'm going to flip this quickly or I'm going to lose it quickly, and there is
so Volkanovski is a champion and Holloway is a contender, and that's why this is high stakes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Am I seeing that correctly?
Holloway is. He also has a record for the most significant strikes landed in one match, which was 443 in one match, in one fight against Calvin Kattar.
443.
443 strikes. It was to the point.
Was it a 3-round fight?
5 round. It was the main event.
5 rounds. Okay, so how many? 445.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 18 strikes a minute. On average, 18 strikes a minute on average. Think about that. Every 3 seconds, a strike.
Holy
that's
crap.
That's a lot for 25 minutes of fighting.
Imagine the dude taking that.
How do you go 5 rounds? How do you last 5?
I have no clue.
Watch the highlights on that one. It was wild.
Put it in the send me the link. I'll put it in the comments.
All right. So when did you say the Tough Mudder was?
October 29th.
Okay.
Bad news. Saturday. Come on. No bad news.
I'm in Orange Beach on.
He had that teed up.
He did.
We were just waiting to see bad news.
Yeah.
So there was one point in the Calvin Kattar and Holloway fight where Holloway's just talking crap, like I'm the best boxer in youth. He's looking over at Joe Rogan
during the fight,
or May and John Anik during the fight, talking crap, saying like I'm the best. And Kattar's just throwing at him, and he's not even looking at strikes coming at him, but he's perfectly under him, and he's not even looking. He's talking crap to the commentators. It's still crap to Kattar, and it was so. The fan, you're just like,
dude, send me the link. I'll put it in the comments here. Yeah, send me. So these guys have fought twice. This is the one you told me earlier. They fought twice, and Volkanovski's won both.
I've watched their second fight about 4 times. over and over and over to make sense of it, and I still have all winning on points, but they didn't give it to him.
What started the headband thing? Why are you guys both in a headband here?
All right, so Hayden did it, and I thought, well, I'll do it too. This is actually the headband from the Tough Mudder Classic. This is what you get when you cross the finish line. Tough Mudder Classic finisher, I think it says on the side.
Here you go.
But we're just being, because we're just being stupid. Whatever, we don't know.
All right,
Seriously,
no worries.
And I don't know why Hayden's not wearing an orange one. It looks like he's doing his hair like he's doing his makeup like a chick. He's got his
This is my website. Good call.
Pulling the hair up to do the makeup. I like
it's lightweight. I use this one to run. So
nice. Hey, another one, Mark, coming up is April 29th of next year here in St. Louis.
Oh, that's the one. Of next year.
So that's the next. So we're doing one in October in Dallas, and then we're doing the one here out in Warren County, April 29th. Yeah.
Count me in on that.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. And we're raising money for charity every time, dude. We love it.
Well, there you go. There's a win-win for everyone there, right?
Oh, great. Yep. 100%.
Hayden, what do you do for working out other than running for Tough Mudders?
I do pretty much strength training to a certain degree. So like I do I've been doing like 5x5 type stuff.
He's got the most legit setup in his garage. You'll have to check it out on Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. for Iron Minds.
I think I've seen it. It
just folds up, folds down. Oh,
it's just like it's the PRX
profile.
Performance one.
So cool.
I cannot get into working out at home though. I have a basement, so I did it over quarantine. We have like a gym. I got a rack in the basement and stuff like that. But I just I cannot disconnect from life at home when I just go down in the basement. I gotta go to the gym and get into the mood. So I go to the YMCA.
Fair enough. Yeah. Hey, everybody's got to do what they got to do.
I've definitely lost some of my intensity or my consistency when I was going to the gym.
Yeah.
Because it is definitely, because sometimes it is tough, especially, but I have like my methods and I have kind of like a process when I'm in a consistent workout routine. I've really dialed back. I've been running a lot more because that Tough Mudder
we need to do. Yeah.
I'm running in 12 years.
2 months before the Tough Mudder, he had to run a mile. And then he did 9 miles.
I would basically be in your same category here. I haven't ran in a while either.
Yeah, but once you do it, especially in the Tough Mudder, the nice thing about Tough Mudder too
is, shout out Stranger Things, bringing it to the record boards.
I'm telling you, they're so good at marketing, dude. So good at branding. But when you get in the Tough Mudder, Mark, there's so much adrenaline, and you're only running I think the longest run we had between obstacles was 1 mile. So most of the time you're running like 3 blocks, then you do an obstacle, and then 4 blocks, do an obstacle. And so, and you're running with people. So it doesn't feel like you're running 9 miles. It just doesn't feel like it. But if you can do 3 or 4 miles ahead of time, you'll be fine. If you can do 6, 7, 8, then you're really good.
If you can run 2 miles straight at just a jog.
Yeah.
You can probably complete a 9.
Probably 2 miles under 10, under 10 minutes miles each.
Yeah.
Got to be under 10 minutes. If you're over 10 minutes, it's a little bit harder. Yeah.
For sure.
I think I could do that. I can do that.
You can totally do it.
They clearly did not train and still finished.
100% you could do it. Yeah.
How long? How far is the whole race? Is it?
So 9 miles.
Oh, it's 9 miles. Okay.
9
miles, 30 obstacles.
Holy crap. How long did that take?
3.5 hours.
Minutes?
Yeah. Okay. It would have taken us. It took us 4 hours, but we took half an hour at that one obstacle helping people up that wall.
I must have pulled 16 to 20 people that
crazy. Like I don't need biceps, and I was pulling those guys over the wall. It was like crazy. I thought I was going to flip over the wall trying to pull them.
I was by the last 5. Like that was a lot of
work.
That was a lot.
And what happened was people started to think that was our job. They would come up over the wall and then they would just leave. I'm like, no. You guys need to stay here and help the next people up so we can leave. So we were there for like 35 minutes.
Oh my gosh,
we're leaving.
Yeah,
but it took us 4 hours total. Would have taken us about 3.5 if we.
I was able to help so many people that I felt obligated because there's.
Yeah, you're like just continuing grabbing hands, and you're just like, all right, well, yeah. What's up, Scott?
Yeah, Scott. What's up, buddy? Yeah, Dr. Mark is in the house, dude. I sent you the link. You should jump in and join us, man.
Yeah, Scott, come on in.
Come on, Scott. Let's go.
But I did is it a warrior dash? I think it's like it's a Tough Mudder's ugly stepchild. It's like it was only like a 5K or something like that.
They have those in Tough
Mudder. So I did that. Yeah. But 9 miles, that would definitely be the furthest I've ever traveled in one workout.
It sounds a lot worse than it is.
It's really true. It's not, because you do get breaks, and sometimes you get to an obstacle and there's a line and you're just sitting there kind of hanging out, catching your breath, you know?
Right.
What do you think the longest stretch? The tough thing about this one was, and Greg Roberts had done like 4 or 5 up to this point. So this is the worst one he's ever done difficulty because the entire course was mud.
Oh, it was slick mud. It wasn't even like we were running, you were sliding. And once, and I knew it was going to happen. One time, my foot just totally went out sideways, and it looked like I was hugging the ground. Just fell straight down, face first, hugged the ground.
There was
like
one
quick.
where it was like a 20% grade downhill.
Yeah. You're just sliding down. You're just doing these steps here and just sliding down the whole way.
This must have been like 5 years ago, but they had one. My brother and my dad did it at Busch Stadium, where they did all the running within the stadium, and they were doing like stairs. They had made them do stairs. They made them run.
That would make me hate Busch Stadium.
Exactly right. It's like,
I don't want to do that.
That was my first time at Busch when I came to St. Louis. What a great stadium!
What an awesome ballpark! One of the best places to watch a game.
Wait, you did the Tough Mudder there?
Yeah,
he came up here this year. We did it this year in Warren County, but we made a weekend of it. It was a word on the street thing.
Oh, and then you went to Busch Stadium.
And then we went to Busch Stadium on Friday night for the game beforehand, and then we ran the race on Saturday. So we do one in Dallas. We're still streaming, dude. So up next is Volkanovski and Holloway coming up next, Scott. So that's what's up next. Listen, hey, I know you're at a barbecue, but dude, jump on, man. Just get on your phone. Just go through Safari, jump on your phone, say hi. Love to see you.
Go to the back.
But yeah, so down in Dallas, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get there on a Friday, probably get some barbecue or do something. I'm trying to get Freight Vaughn to bring their barbecue. They got a barbecue trailer. I'm trying to get those boys.
Oh.
If you boys are listening, Freight Vaughn out there, bring a barbecue trailer to Dallas, October 28th. We're gonna do some barbecue on Friday. We got the event on Saturday, then we're gonna go to the Dallas Cowboys football game on Sunday, and then we're gonna call it a weekend.
Nice.
So it's gonna be an awesome weekend. We're raising money for ALS patients right here in St. Louis. In fact, Mark, there's an organization right here called Sook Strong.
Okay.
It's in honor of Joan Suker. She passed away 4 years ago, diagnosed 10 years ago, lived 6 with ALS, which is a long time. And right now we raise money for ALS patients in St. Louis that need those end-of-life services, those accommodations that insurance doesn't cover. And so we raise money for that. And our goal for this Tough Mudder coming up is $10K towards that organization. So that's what we're shooting for this time. But yeah, that's right. Do you play golf, Mark?
Once a year. That's
so not a lot. Okay, because we have a golf tournament in August as well that raises money for that too. So
okay, all right.
So that's very good.
What are you drinking right there, Hayden?
Dr. Pepper. Don't judge me, bro.
It's not even Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Coke.
Okay, you guys got to get on A&W Root Beer Zero.
Dude, that's my favorite.
These are bomb.
That's my favorite.
I would get run out of the state. This is Texas. You either drink Dr. Pepper.
It's Texas. That's right.
What,
yeah, as Robert would say, moderation is for cowards. But Dr. Mark, I'm with you, man. Those A&W Zero Sugars are phenomenal. But don't they have aspartame in them?
Those sodas, and then I picked them back up, and it's the best 23 flavor combination that exists.
Okay, have you had Dr. Pepper Zero Cherry? That's Amanda and I's favorite, one of our favorite sodas. It's really good.
I just go with the classic 45 grams of sugar per, whatever.
I just can't do that. I just can't do that.
That's because you're young, man. You're still in your early 30s. Are you early 30s or late 20s?
I'll be 32 this year in August.
Okay, yeah. So you can still manage it. Like, you're fine.
Well, I mean, I really shouldn't. Most of the time it's only one a day, but some days it'll be 2. Every rarely it'll be like, I'll grab a third one if I'm feeling, spicy. But
I hear you.
I definitely don't. I know for a fact I don't want to do it, but I do have. You get that sugar craving, dude. It's real. Like once you reintroduce it to your system and it becomes a consistent.
Yeah. I can't do it. I don't drink regular soda at all.
Sure.
But those root beer Zero Sugars are great. David, what's up, man? David Gilks. Yeah, we're becoming UFC fans. Yeah. Hayden is the UFC fan here, but Mark and I are becoming UFC fans. But while we're on the subject of root beer and Dr. Pepper, let me tell you something this is my pet peeve at restaurants, is when you say, hey, do you have root beer? And they go, no, we have Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, have you ever drank those two things? They are not the same. They are not even close.
I've never had anyone.
Every time, like, hey, do you have a Coke? They're like, we have Sierra Mist. I'm like, that's okay.
Well, listen, okay. Pepsi and Coke makes sense.
Yes.
They're similar. But when you say, hey, do you have root beer? And they say, no, we have Dr. Pepper. I just want to say, why don't you try those? Yeah. How about you try those and tell me if you think they're even remotely close to one another? Because they're not. They're not even close. It's like, oh, these are two alternatives. They must be close. No, they're not even close.
It's like you might as well have said, no, I have a bone saw, though. It's like, well, what am I going to do with that?
All right, Holloway's 5'11", 145. 5'11", 145. That's crazy.
Okay, can't you? Okay, I was thinking about this because I saw it earlier in a fight. That's like ridiculously lean. Like
it is lean. That's probably like 7% body fat, 6% body fat.
I am like.
That's my guess.
I'll give 5'9". That's like my best. 5'8", 5'9". Yeah, but I'm 5'8". But I tell myself I'm 5'9" to make myself feel good.
In high school, I was 5'11" in the program for basketball, but that wasn't true.
But I sit at a. I definitely don't have like a as defined 6-pack or anything like that. But I sit at a lean 200, and I'm like kind of a blocky
Did you just
dude.
say a lean 200?
Yeah, I'm a lean, muscular 200 pounds.
You can't be 5'8" and be lean 200, bro. I'm sorry. I'm 5'8". That doesn't work.
What?
Let him know.
Right.
He's solid, bro.
But what I'm saying is that's insane that there's like 50-pound difference in these guys.
No, it is. It is insane.
I mean, yeah.
It is insane.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, the weight they just displayed is the weight they have to make to qualify for the fact that
okay, so they probably sit like 10 pounds.
He's probably 10 to 15 pounds heavier.
Yeah, they've probably added
and everything else because they're pretty drained for weigh-ins.
So Volkanovski is short, so his reach is shorter as well. But he seems like a brawler, like a wrestler.
There are certain people that have to make like 180, and then they're stepping in there at like 220. Like the amount of there's some
one day
freaks they're like
one day.
Well, you're like I can't fathom this. I can't make sense of it.
Dude, that's crazy. That seems impossible.
What?
I remember wrestlers in high school used to cut 9 pounds. And
Paulo Costo. I don't know how he ever makes it.
All right, here we go. Started. Did it start for you guys?
Hands about to fly. Yep.
All right, here we go.
A lot of explosiveness is about to happen. These dudes are quick.
Do you give any extra weight to Volkanovski because he sounds like he is with the KGB? I mean,
he looks like Jason Statham.
Give any credence to that?
Max Holloway, they call him the daddest man on the planet.
Yeah, Holloway looks like he just got done playing clarinet in a high school band. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of no offense to Holloway. But
he throws punches and punches machine.
He looks like a 17-year-old that just.
Isn't it crazy how you can't judge a book by its cover? Like you would just make an assumption, like, oh, I can handle this person if I had a physical altercation, but like they're trained and their bodies are built to do this. It's like you have no chance.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
But the level of ignorance and naiveness we have walking around are false.
100%.
We just don't understand.
Yeah, I was just talking about that today with a buddy of mine with some golfers because like Charles Howell III, you guys probably never heard of him. He's won $42 million on the PGA Tour in his career. He can walk down the street and nobody knows who he is. He can go to the grocery store and nobody gives him trouble.
That's like the ultimate gift, right?
$42 million and he can just do whatever he wants. That's like if I could trade lives with if you could trade lives with somebody, who would it be? I'd trade lives with Charles Howell III. Not that I want to trade lives, but that'd be pretty legit. Play golf for a living, $42 million, and nobody harasses you.
I wouldn't mind step into the shoes of Kevin Van Dam. That'd be pretty cool.
Kevin Van Dam, what?
I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Who
is that? Legendary bass fisherman, dude.
Legendary bass fisherman. Is that what you said? Oh, that's right. Because you want to create content out in nature. Millions. That's right. You want to create content out in nature. That's right. Okay. Well, hey, we're learning someone new. Kevin Van Dam. Because I thought is he in relation to Jean-Claude Van Damme? Any relation? And do you know who that is? Because you're young. Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was an actor.
Yes, I know.
All right. Just make sure. Oh, look at him. Is this the guy who was talking trash during the? Is that right?
They're both pretty like chill, admirable, really professional people, but there's a little playful trash talk from Max Holloway's side. But no, these guys.
Is this the guy that was talking trash to Joe Rogan though mid fight and still landing punches?
Yeah, to commentary.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I texted it to you.
Hayden, who's your favorite guy to watch? Like in general, all UFC.
Dude, that's such a difficult question. O'Malley was one of them who he fought to start this card off. Adesanya, the main event, is definitely up there because he's a legend. Corey Sandhagen is amazing. Dude, there's so many of them. That's why it's also tough. Kyler Phillips, he's more new and upcoming.
Oh.
Are you what's his name? The Irish guy.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
McGregor. Yeah. Are you a fan of his?
Oh, he's talking trash. Here he goes. He's talking trash to the crowd. I like it.
Yes, watching his rise and when he got his rise and journey to the top of the mountain, and when he got to his peak, it was incredible to watch that journey. He hadn't won a fight in his last like 4 months. But
overhand left. Got him. Oh, there we go. Into the body. Knee.
Hold on.
Sorry, I just start commentating. I'm going back to my college days, right? I used to do play-by-play basketball and football in college. I just start talking when stuff happens.
But yeah, I'm a fan of Conor McGregor. I saw there's certain people I like as fighters, and there's certain people I don't like them as a person just because we cracked him.
He lands a punch and then talks.
I like trash talking, and I like when they build the momentum up for the fight. But like, there's some fighters that cross the line where they start getting real personal, where they bring in like wives or kids or family, or they say things.
That's not cool.
It's like, dude, okay, you have to sell fights, but like, you're still a professional. Like, there's still a level that like it kind of ruins it for me. You're like, dude, like, it's whack. You know?
Knee in the ribs.
Say whatever you want to about an individual and keep it about that. You know.
Okay, does Holloway want to get in close, or does Volkanovski? Which one wants to get it? Like, it looks like Holloway's pulling him in and trying to stay close.
Holloway would rather stay at boxing range. Oh
yeah.
But
overhand right. Haymakers. Oh, elbow.
All of their fights have been like this. Like, they put on performances and events that are fun to watch.
Yeah. How many people do you think are in attendance here? And where is this being held in Vegas?
Every event they do now is sold out every time.
Yeah, but how many?
They continuously set record. I don't know on this one.
Oh, that spinning elbow.
Hayden, do you do jiu-jitsu or anything like that?
No, not enough to say like I do jiu-jitsu. I haven't done it enough where I say like, yeah, I know jiu-jitsu.
I feel like that's like I feel like in the last 5 years, jiu-jitsu's been like the midlife crisis for every former athlete.
Well, for me, it's CrossFit, not jiu-jitsu, but I love CrossFit.
Where are you going to CrossFit at?
So I haven't gone in a while, but Wildwood has a phenomenal CrossFit facility right here. Mike Petruso. You know Mike?
Yeah, I do
know.
Those
guys? Oh, yeah. Dude, phenomenal gym. I loved it when I did that. I'm thinking about getting back in. David says the McGregor era was one of the best moments in UFC history. Yeah, no doubt. Put it on the map for a lot of people. That's for sure.
He took UFC to the next level.
Yeah, put it on the map.
Put it on his shoulders and took it to the next level.
100%. It wouldn't be what it is today without him, that's for sure. But I'm thinking about doing CrossFit next year. My wife is now the dean of secondary education at Living Water Academy here in Wildwood, and my daughters are going to school there next year. So instead of being a homeschool family next year, they're going to be in school, and so I'm going to be here by myself. So I'm thinking I might have to play a little more golf, and I may do CrossFit next year, get back into it. So.
Dude, I'm thinking about doing that. I used to be like super big into CrossFit, as in like
it's so good,
competing and doing CrossFit.
Oh, you did? You competed?
Oh yeah, I was super big into it.
Nice.
I wanted to be Rich Froning for a big part of my life, but then realized that that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, I would love to get back into it, and I think I feel you on the working from home, needing to get out of the house.
Yes. How far are you from Wildwood? You're probably 40 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit too
way
far.
too far, dude.
30, 40.
Why do you guys live in Hazelwood?
Like a normal drive.
Yeah, not in St. Louis, bro.
St. Louis, you need to be 20 minutes from
20
everywhere.
minutes, yeah. 20 minutes. Otherwise, you're not going to do it. Or on one side of the river or the other. People don't cross the river here.
Texas is like an hour. Like when you drive,
everything's bigger and better in Texas.
Like hang out or do something for a little bit and then drive back. Like that's just down the road.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when you got the DFW area, I mean, it's not an hour everywhere, but I mean, it's not like it's not crazy to go an hour. That's the difference. Here, it's crazy to go somewhere for an hour. Like nobody would do that. What's the draw? What's the draw to Hazelwood? You guys from there? You got family there?
So I grew up in O'Fallon, Illinois, so across the river. But
okay.
But my wife, her family's from here, so we so we're
same thing here. My wife's from Wildwood. She went to Lafayette here. So her parents are 2 miles away. So it's it's a great place for family.
Nice.
So they got Volkanovski winning that first round 10-9. A lot of them thought He won that first round. What do you guys think?
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. Takedown time. Takedown time. This is what I want to see. I want to see a takedown. Get him on the ground. Come on. Hayden, I can't believe I'm like so into this, man. You were right. Oh, elbow. Post elbow.
And it gets even better when you start to watch the fight camps, the press conferences.
Yep. Oh, okay.
No, this is just one of those. This is the only sport.
Oh, elbow. Oh,
follow religion.
Right elbow.
You cannot pay me to. I played baseball for 18 years of my life, all through college. Had a full ride to throw a baseball. Did not watch baseball.
Really?
Can't watch it.
Where'd you play at?
Connecticut.
Nice.
D2 school there called Post University.
Post. Okay.
It's more expensive than like SMU or TCU, but like you can stand in the middle courtyard, do a 360, and pretty much see the whole
elbow
game.
right on the nose. Look at that. He's bleeding. Look at that damage. Look at that. That's a big cut. That is going to be dripping blood here in a minute. Look at that. He is leaking. Look at that. Left side of his face. Whew. Volkanovski doesn't even look like he's been touched.
He never does. He never does. I'm ready for him to be dethroned because it's getting old.
Really? How long has he been the champion?
I think he's defended the belt like 10 times, 11 times.
Holy crap! That's insane.
Wow. That is. Oh, it looks like he's got a little cut on his the right side of his face now. He just has blood all over him.
Hayden, have you been to an event?
Not yet, man.
Dude, they're doing one in Dallas.
I know.
Yeah, you got to go, man.
I know.
Dude, Volkanovski looks like he's been hit there. Yeah, why would you not go, man? It's right there in your backyard. You said $100.
We'll just have to see.
That seemed like a low punch, man, right in the gut. That was close.
Let me see how many times he's defended the belt.
Dude, I got to give it to Holloway. That dude is tough, man. He is. Look at his face. Look at that, dude. That is just some serious damage.
Sometimes it looks worse than it is just because it opened up enough blood. You know, it's terrible because it's dripping into his left eye, which impairs your vision, obviously.
Right. But he's just like, he's coming at him. Dude,
so
that's the kind of guy in the playground you don't want to mess with growing up. What was that, Mark?
So talk to me about the Sugar Sean. Is that going to go against him since he caused that, or it will be perfectly
It's fine? A no contest, so it's a no decision. So it's
will it be a rematch? Will there be a rematch, or will they just go against other people? Okay.
It would be great if they did because I want to see, honestly, I don't care who O'Malley fights. I just like to watch him fight because he's super entertaining.
17 seconds. Oh, they're going to go for it here at the end, or they're going to try just to get to the –
They got 5 rounds.
to the break. Oh, this is a 5-rounder?
Yeah. If it's a main event or a title fight, it's always 5 rounds, 5-minute rounds. Any undercard fight or non-title, non-main event, 3 rounds.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like talk about marketing. I feel like Sugar Sean does the best one of the best
for sure.
Yeah.
It was McGregor first. I mean, he set the pace.
Yeah.
He set the bar.
Look at that cut, dude. Look at that cut, dude. That is gouging.
O'Malley is one of the few very
look at that cut. Look at that. He's sticking the thing all the way there. Look at that.
And not even a ranked fighter.
Look at that cut, dude. Holy moly. That is a massive cut. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
You see you see him with all the YouTube people and like the Nelk boys and the people like that. And
Jake Paul, he's all of them.
He's
in with that entire crowd. So he's got a lot of star power.
Holy moly.
Yes, he does.
That cut is massive across the eye.
Sorry,
I can't get over that. Hey, so Scott wanted to know, did he just read that Cowboy retired?
Cerrone did retire. He had 2 fights after this left on his contract, but after tonight, he put the gloves in the middle of the ring. He called it night.
Yeah, Kevin, you just saw it. That was a gash. Dang. No, thank you. David says Cowboy cemented his legacy. He was taking too much damage in recent fights.
He's now that fight tonight was between him and Jim Miller. The winner of that had the most wins in UFC history ever.
Wow.
Was that in the prelims?
Yeah, they were tied.
Nice.
So Cowboy has a legacy, dude. He's fought everybody. He was always game. he's just at the end of his career now. He's been trying to squeeze it out, but like he's getting a lot of acting jobs now. And that's going to be where his focus is Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude. Dude, okay. If you want to talk about storytelling, listen to Donald Cerrone on Joe Rogan's podcast when he tells his cave diving story, his scuba diving, cave diving. I was almost having an anxiety attack because the way he describes it in detail and how he almost lost his life. Like he does such a story that you're like there. You need to watch that. It's wild. Yeah.
Okay, that is actually that's something that I've been trying to think. I've been trying to learn and think about a lot. Is I feel like there are people who are really good at storytelling, and then there's people who really suck at it. And I'm trying to get to the really good side, and I'm trying to figure out how I can become better at storytelling. And because I just feel like it's such a awesome talent to, you can really draw people in.
Storyteller.
Yeah, exactly.
It draws you in.
Yes.
Hey, your content is good though. You're a great speaker. I think it's just a matter of just telling stories and thinking like really paying attention to the reactions that you're getting, and then trying to formalize it. In fact, I heard someone once say that when you're telling stories, you want to get people laughing and engaged, and then when they're totally engaged, that's when you give them the punchline, whether it's the truth or something funny or whatever. And just keep telling stories until you start to get those reactions, those cycles.
I've heard some people will watch a full stand-up of their favorite comedian before they either create content, before they cold call.
Yeah.
There's an art to stand-up, right?
Yeah. Oh my
craft.
Oh, dude, stand-up comedians, they're the geniuses among us.
Unexpected, the punchlines, the tonality. Like you find one that you love, like Tom Segura. I could watch all day. He kills me. Yeah. Chris D'Elia kills me.
The stand-up geniuses, they're the geniuses among us. Stand-up comedians are the absolute geniuses in our society. Here they go. Now they're going. Volkanovski's trying to get that kill, but Holloway just keeps coming.
I don't think Holloway's
got mad respect for that dude. He's just going after that eye, though. Look at that. That thing is going to be just – he's going to have some major stitches, 10 stitches after this thing. Kevin Coombs, you're getting my reaction.
Another one for marketing is the champ that's fighting on the main card next. Israel Adesanya has done a phenomenal job marketing him.
Okay.
He's good.
Kevin says he doesn't feel like Holloway showed up, man. I don't know. I guess I haven't been around, but it looks like that guy just keeps bringing it even though he got damaged. Like, I'm impressed. A lot of blood in there. This isn't the most sanitary sport out there.
Volkanovski's been a tough puzzle to crack for a lot of people.
Yeah. At this point, do you think he knows he's winning and he's kind of stalling, or what's the strategy here?
No, they're just
getting close. Because he's not wanting to box anymore. He's just trying to hold him against the side.
Do they get more if they knock someone out or no? It's just.
I mean, you want to highlight, right? Because it's good for
it's poster. It's like a dunk on somebody.
Yeah.
But if you can get performance of the night bonuses of $50K, nice. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a knockout. Sometimes if you're just in a dog fight for 5 rounds or 3 rounds and it was all heart and it was just spectacular. It was a roller coaster of emotions. They're going back and forth. Like you can still win performance nights.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have a highlight knockout or submission, like chances are that's going to get you closer to the winning $50K than not.
How good are these gloves? These guys, like their hands just destroyed. What?
4 ounces.
But I mean, do they do a good job of protecting hands? Their hands just destroyed after this with all the punches.
I mean, you train, right? So I mean, you build up scar tissue, the wrist stability, everything else, especially when you learn to punch properly. So their bodies are weathered for it and kind of conditioned. Yeah.
Oh, Volkanovski's getting in some shots here. Man, Holloway just keeps taking them. Man.
Is that Max's blood on Volkanovski?
Yeah, I don't think it's his. I think it's Holloway's. Because they were tangled up.
Because Max doesn't really do knockout power. Like he doesn't knock people out. That's not his thing.
Yeah.
He just tags them so many times to either get the decision or to get TKO, meaning he forces a ref stoppage because he's putting on so much damage.
But he's going to have to knock Volkanovski out, though. He's not going to win it like this.
Volk's not going to get knocked out. He doesn't go out.
Wow.
His last title defense was against Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
City. Brian Ortega is a phenomenal fighter. In tightest submission. I believe it was a I want to say it was a guillotine. He had him in like a super tight guillotine where it was like
that jab.
over, completely under the chin, forearm blade
Yeah.
into, and he somehow got out of it and ended up winning the fight. Like it
Wow.
was pretty crazy.
God, look at all that blood. Dude's gonna just collapse from loss of blood. Kevin, we need to do a fight night in KC sometime, man. Or have you?
I was gonna say, I think Kevin needs to be on here with Hayden and just let them talk, and we just sit back and listen.
I sent them a link. He must have something going on with family. He can't jump on, but I sent him a link. He's got it. Come on, Kevin, jump on, man. Let's go.
Man, 11 got here fast. Yeah. On it keeps me. It's easier because I'm engaged. If not, I'm gonna be like each fight, no matter how excited, I slowly, as we get closer to midnight, just because it's so much. It's tough to stay up that late, man. That's just not usual.
Kevin's watching the fight with his wife, who's a UFC fan. So well done, Kevin. Nice job, man. Nice job. So can a cut stop a fight?
Yes.
Okay. What does it take though? Because I mean that's a cut.
If a fighter is unable to defend themselves because of
a cut,
blinding of blood constantly in it, if a cut's too bad, if a medical doctor decides that the damage is too great or the risk is too great to go back in there, if a fighter can't properly defend themselves, then
that makes sense. Is this one close, you think? Because it's by the eye?
Not yet.
Yeah.
If it gets
they can't headbutt, right? Or can they?
No, they cannot headbutt. In the sport left way, you can. So left way is.
I'm just clarifying. I don't know, right?
Left way is mixed martial arts with no rules. Basically, they headbutt, they elbow strike, they do crazy stuff.
Yeah. Dude, Holloway just keeps coming. I'm so impressed. Kevin, kudos to you, man. I don't think that I could get my wife watching this. I don't think that she's gonna go that route ever. David says he has a lot of scar tissue from taking so much damage over the years, so he bleeds easily. How old is Holloway? Is he in his mid upper 30s?
Early 30s.
Early 30s. Okay.
He's pretty young, all things considered.
Yeah.
So what is like the typical route of a UFC fighter? Is it college? Is it? So I guess there's multiple routes because they can come in as a wrestler. They could come in as a boxer. They could come in as a mixed martial arts like jiu-jitsu or something crazy like that. Correct?
Yeah. So a lot of the times people transition into MMA from doing a different sport. Like Sugar Sean O'Malley started at 21. I believe it was like 19. He just started doing mixed martial arts because he just realized he was athletic and he liked to perform, whether it was basketball, football. He had no martial arts training prior and just started doing all of it at once and realized like, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
There's other people like, Conor McGregor. He started out as a true play boxer in Ireland. Like that's what he did. And then he slowly transitioned and started training and learning other disciplines. So like they start as either like a wrestling through high school, through college, and then realize, all right, now that college is over, what do I do? And it's like, I'll try MMA out. And they start learning how to strike. They learn jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai.
Yeah. That's
why don't start until like way later in life, like had no previous training of any kind. Just start and they just pick it up. They just have a knack for it. Like
that's crazy.
Out there, like it's wild.
Yeah, I figured there'd be a lot of like ex-college wrestlers who are like getting into this.
Yeah. So they say the two disciplines you need to be a complete fighter, generally speaking, is wrestling and Western boxing, or Western wrestling, Mexican boxing type style. Like those two disciplines in
kickboxing,
in combination is the ideal package to be as well-rounded as possible.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When Holloway got that cut, I didn't think he'd be going this long. This is impressive.
Because without realizing it, like some people, and I used to be this way, like you used to be like, man, these guys couldn't touch a Shaolin monk or a Kung Fu master. It's like, no, they would kill a Shaolin monk or a Kung Fu master. That's all Hollywood style stuff. Like a Shaolin monk or a Kung Fu master would have zero chance against someone in the middle of this lineup that knows boxing and wrestling. They would not know how to handle it.
Because they just get them on the ground and they would be
They would know how to close the distance. And it's, a lot of that stuff is more propped up via Hollywood.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that think Bruce Lee was a legitimate martial artist that could come here and compete. That's not true. If you've ever like really looked up the history of Bruce Lee, he's not like an elite martial artist as far as competing.
Dude, I still cannot believe that, like the damage he has on that side of his face, all that blood coming down. Like, that's nuts. I'm sure
That looks really badass.
Yeah, it does.
If you want to be humbled, you should go try a sparring session of jiu-jitsu, and you'll go with just a white belt that's only been doing it for 6-7 months. You realize how helpless you are without training. Yeah. It's very self-defeating to be like, okay, that guy's 40 pounds less than me and just handled me like all technique.
I'll just stick to bench press and deadlifting, and I'll keep myself
like keep yourself at that lean 200.
Yeah, exactly.
The last time I went, I was rolling with my cousin who does it. He had been doing it more frequently, started before me, but he was still a white belt. But like, I am physically stronger than him and can overpower him, but I can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
Before
and they can wear you down.
They can literally just technique you because they know what to do. You know, and it's like it's a mental F. It's tough.
Yeah. How many fights do you think break out in the parking lot after this type of an event? Guys just want to mess somebody up. I mean,
it's like leaving the movie theater after seeing Fast and the Furious the first time.
You just want to race somebody.
Just
you know,
probably the same.
I guarantee that there's like two groups of people that come together, and there's just one guy that's like, I just want to just hit that dude right in the mouth, and just start fighting. I'd love to be, in a drone in the parking lot after one of these fights just to see what happens. I mean, that gash, good night. Look at that. When you can stick the whole Q-tip inside of that thing, look at that. That is nuts.
All right, I think I got one more round in me. Then the
main event's coming up.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, we're all in. We paid for this. What are you doing? Let's go.
We've been live for 2 hours and 6 minutes. Man.
This is our longest live cast so far.
All right, fifth and final round, dude.
And
then we got the big one.
I got to say, like, I'm pretty interested.
Man, Hollow's pieced up right now.
Trey, I got to ask you. Can I ask you a marketing question?
Absolutely.
Okay, I have a question. You do all these live stream podcasts. I don't see you clipping a bunch of them and then posting clips on different social media. Am I missing that, or do you just don't do a lot of that and you just focus on the long form stuff?
You're definitely missing them for some reason, which is it's a good question to find out, because what we try to do is we try to pick at least 2 clips from every show and we put them out there. Something really good that the guest has to share, and then we post them on our social as well. I'd love to do more of that, but we're still building our team up. So like right now, I have, I've got a team of 3 as of Tuesday. We'll have a team of 4. And as of Tuesday, we'll have a team of 5, which is cool. Like, we're growing, but at some point I want to have one person who's just dedicated to supporting the podcast and doing like that kind of stuff, because there's really good content that the guests are putting out. And I want to blast that out there, because there's just so much good education for people to listen to. So, but yes, I do cut clips from every.
Okay. Well, then I must just be completely missing them. I don't know why they're not showing up, but okay.
You're following me on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, of course. I figured you were. But we put them on Twitter. We put them on Facebook and other platforms. So it could just be that you're just not seeing them in your feed. But yeah, it's definitely a part of what we're doing, because again, we just, like, the whole point of the podcast are to entertain, educate, and inspire. And so we want to get the content out there for people that can help them out, give them something to, improve their day, improve their skill set, or, motivate them, whatever it might be. So yeah, we're doing that.
So Volkanovski, the current champion of featherweight.
Yeah. Dude, he's got this unless Holloway knocks him out.
From the same camp as Israel Adesanya. They're all from City Kickboxing, which is in New Zealand. And they are they're very interesting to follow, because they breed champions. Like, they have such a tight-knit, closed circle family dynamic that it's really cool to see, like, the amount of support they really have for each other, and like how the brotherhood of this gym of fighters. Like, there's not a lot of come and go from this gym of others. It's a very tight-knit group, and they are all elite.
Wow. How do you train? How do you train and make it as real as possible, simulate a fight without taking a lot of damage and a lot of blows, like on the face, and getting cuts and like things that happen actually in a fight?
Headgear and heavier pads.
So they're just not getting the full elbow. They're not getting the full blow, but they're just getting used to it just with the contact.
Yeah, and like when people are training for a fight, they'll fly people in to run like crazy sparring rounds, and they don't spar during all camp. Most of it's like cardio conditioning, technique practice of wrestling, takedown defense. Yeah, and then they might spar like if it's an 8-week camp, they might start sparring like at week 4 because they don't want to take it. You can't take a ton of damage and strikes and blows because you're putting yourself in a higher percentage risk of injury. Like one is during the COVID lockdowns, Max Holloway did not spar a single time. He was shadow boxing only. And then he said this on live TV, and he was serious, playing UFC video games, trying moves out, and be like, I'm just going to try that out. And he was like thrashing people. It's crazy.
Wow. So this fight, right? We've got a minute and a half left. I mean, if it ends like this, you think Volkanovski's got it?
It's a unanimous decision, Volkanovski.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like that.
Finish.
I mean, certainly Holloway's like, he's been valiant in his effort, but man, it just doesn't seem like he's done much, much of anything.
He's tattered up right now, man. He's been taking some damage. Volkanovski's been putting on him.
Yeah.
Volkanovski looks like he wrestled in college.
He's just a little pure ball of muscle that's accurate.
Except he doesn't have the cauliflower ears.
Oh, he does.
Oh, I'm sure.
A little bit. It's not as prominent as some of them. I've seen some where it's like the whole ears that way.
That's the dead giveaway of people you should never mess with.
Yeah. If they got cauliflower ears, it's like don't mess with them.
They know what they're doing.
That's right.
That's a safe bet most of the time.
Yeah. That's got to be the worst part of I think wrestling is that for the rest of your life your ears are kind of deformed. Mad respect for those guys though. I was not interested in that. David says lately wrestlers have been the best MMA fighters. 15 seconds. Come on. Anything? 15 seconds, anything? You got to take your blow, right? You got to give it a shot.
Being able to finish each other. It's always gone to decision, and Volkanovski's won. This will be the third time. Holloway has not, dude. He left it all out there, dude. He did not stop at all.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. You wipe the blood off, which isn't his, and he doesn't even look like he
looks like he just hasn't slept in 12 hours. He's got some bags.
He went for a jog. Got a little sweat.
Looks like he ran through a deer on the highway.
Yeah.
That was a good fight, though. That was a good fight.
All right. Well, hey guys, I'm glad I was able to jump on here.
Absolutely, man. Always good to see you. Hey, let me answer your question again real quick with this. The reason why we go live, why I'm so focused on going live, is because I want it to be like authentic and real and unedited.
Yeah.
Plus, it does all the production work while I'm on it, so the post-production stuff is so much easier if you do it live. You don't do anything afterwards except cut the clips that you want for social.
That's a solid point, and I think something that we're trying to figure out on our back end is kind of obviously. I'm trying to build personal brand. I think it's something that's important. I think, having that, but I think we're trying to, I don't know if struggle is the right word, but trying to balance and figure out, on our trucking fitness pages, what kind of content do we post here versus on my pages where we do that. So, and
what's your goal too, right? I mean, is your goal leads? Is it, conversions, awareness? What is it? Because your TikTok is phenomenal. Your content is really great, dude. Love it. By the way, if you guys aren't following Mark Monero on LinkedIn, on TikTok, Trucking Fit.
I am very well aware who Mark is and what he does.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah. Well,
I think a lot of it is you have to decide when you're ready to move into lead generation and what's the difference there. Like how do you push people towards that direction where it's less about awareness and more about, hey, here's what we actually do. And your programs is talking about the tips. Like you got great programs. Talk about that more than the tips, or start mixing it in where you're talking about the program and how they can actually sign up for it. You got good stuff too.
And that's what we're starting to do. And we're really focused on the enterprise sale with trucking companies and going after those. And so, LinkedIn and Twitter is really going to be our big ones. And then we're, using Facebook.
Where do trucking companies live though? Where do the people at these companies, where do they actually live online? What platform are they using more than anything? TikTok, the dispatchers, the operations specialists, the drivers. Where are they living? I would put all my energy into where they live, and I think they live on TikTok and Facebook. That's what I think.
I've never seen Max Holloway look like this defeated.
But you really think the decision makers at those companies are are living on those platforms as
what
well.
do you think they're doing at 11 o'clock at night when they're at home? They're
Probably
scrolling
not-
through TikTok, being entertained.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that's what they're doing. And they're also on Facebook because the decision makers that you're looking at are probably in their 40s and 50s. And so they're Facebook generation.
You know what? Are you familiar with the program MoveU, MOVEU?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Dude, that guy's, I think, a genius with the way he markets and the way he does his videos. If you follow
I
him
think
on
so.
Instagram,
I think so. I think he's really good on there. My
there he
physical, he makes me cringe, and I don't agree with some of the takes that he gives. But from a marketing standpoint, I will give you, he is really good.
So what I would say is I'm not saying LinkedIn is a bad platform because those executives are definitely living on there, but I think that they're more prominent, especially when they're like engaged on Facebook and TikTok. That's my opinion. Drivers especially because they live on the road, and so they're way into
Totally.
that.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. On the drivers, I guess, that's interesting. And, we're also looking at, I've been using the podcast and then using that as, clipping that and using that as content across the platforms as well. But going live is something that's interesting.
Well, if you decide to go live, I would do this, because it sounds like it's not necessarily a commitment yet. I would go live like once a week for 20, 25 minutes, maybe bring some guests on, or maybe just have like an internal conversation with somebody in the office where you guys can talk about a certain topic or the benefits of what you guys are doing or something like that. And just start inviting people. You can invite up to 1,000 people a week on LinkedIn to an event. So if you only do it once a week, you can invite 1,000 people to an event and, start, driving traffic that way and go live and get the message out there, do a Q&A session. Stuff like that. And then it also creates content for you later because then, the long form content can become short form content. So, I'm saying LinkedIn is a good platform for executives and during business days, during business hours for sure, like going live with that. But then I would press in hard to Facebook and TikTok in terms of of the services you guys offer. So I know you do a lot of tips. You do a lot of like health tips on TikTok. I would start to mix that in with your program. Like, what does your program look like? Or it's to get some drivers to give a quick video testimonial about the benefits of your program because your customers are going to sell it way better than you ever will anyways.
Totally. Yeah.
So I'd look at those things and move in that direction.
Interesting. All right.
Man, Chris Angel looks old.
Well,
all right. I'll see you guys
later, guys.
Be smart. Thanks for jumping in, man. See you, bud. Well, dude, a lot of these people. See, this is what I'm saying. They're going around the room showing off the people that are there. Talk about celebrity FOMO, right? That's they're just so good at that. UFC
Who doesn't want to go see a live UFC fight? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I would go. If we lived in the same town and it was coming to our town, I would go. Who knows? Maybe I'll be in Dallas in August. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Dude, Dr. Mark Monero, that guy's solid. Love that. Dude. Love that dude. We've got some really, really great people in our industry that are trying to help people out.
For
really
sure.
Great people. He's one of them, 100%. Love that guy. Love promoting that guy and doing that. And he's all about helping drivers. And by the way, if there's any drivers that are listening to this or ever listen to this, thank you for what you do. We appreciate it. You are the backbone of the United States of America. Our supply chain, everything is supply chain. And did we say before, happy birthday, America? Happy birthday.
Yeah. Whether you're down.
Happy birthday.
We're limping. Right. We're limping through it.
All right. So what division is this?
This will be lightweight.
This is lightweight, which is what? How much weight? 165?
Yeah.
Come on, you got to know this, man. What is it?
There's so many divisions. You get confused sometimes.
I don't know anything about this. It's great though, man. This is a lot of fun. I appreciate you encouraging me to get in on this and jumping on live. This is appreciate it. You have to tell Taylor.
You trying something new. What was the last time?
Something new.
First time.
Should we live stream a golf event?
Oh my God.
like 30 minutes in, it's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, how much more we got?
I would watch golf.
12 more holes. What?
I have this call it a bone to pick with golf. Like there's one thing about golf that drives me crazy. I think it is absolutely silly. We'll say stupid. It is ridiculous that people are so uptight about quiet on my back. It has to be on a dirt hill with people screaming at me and thread baseballs into a small box consistently.
Right.
I have to, whatever I'm doing, I don't get the courtesy of like, hey, I need everyone to quiet down. Like, it's like bowling. Like,
Right.
go the same time as someone, it throws you all off. Like, you're not enough athlete to focus and like zoning.
Well,
I can't have a
so here's what's interesting about that. So golf spectating to this point has been different than any other sport because you're not rooting against anyone. You're always rooting for someone.
Right.
And so that's kind of the whole kind of argument behind it is you're just respecting people to give them the ability to focus because you're not like in football, you're rooting not only for your team, but you're rooting against the other team.
Right.
You're trying to distract them. But in golf, that doesn't exist, number one. Number two, though, and this goes to your point, and this is the irony behind it, is when they're playing in team events like Ryder Cup and stuff like that, where there's more of this kind of team, us versus them mentality, they do like when the noise is up. They do like the raucousness and the boos and the cheers and the chants and all. They love it.
Like
those guys love it like any other athlete.
I want to be like, I'm going to be the Happy Gilmore, like the John Daly.
Yeah, like let's go. Get it up. That's right. No,
like,
they do like it. But then in other events, they're like, like if they're about to hit and they hear somebody yell something, they'll back off and they'll look at them like you're like, who are you? Like I'm Justin Thomas, shut up kind of thing. Like that happens for sure. And that does kind of piss me off. Like who do you think you are? And this little noise is going to bother you. In fact, I was watching an event. I was up at the John Deere Classic yesterday, watching the tournament in the afternoon. And there was like a bomb that went off. And the guys didn't back off for that. Like fireworks. It sounded like a bomb. And the guy didn't back off the shot. He went ahead and hit. And I'm thinking, well, if you can do that, then you can hear somebody scream or whatever, and it shouldn't impact you.
Maybe
right?
I'm wired differently because I feel like if it's quiet, there's more pressure because I know everyone is quietly staring and watching me and focusing on and just anticipating what's going to happen.
And you hear those athletes like, I don't know, Kobe talked about this a little bit. Other ones talked about it where Robert Baines talked about this when he does his powerlifting, that when he gets into the zone, he can't even hear all the noise anyways.
You don't notice it.
Kobe can't even hear the crowd noise.
I used to get tunnel vision on the
couldn't hear it, right? And so if those guys are truly in the zone, it's like, why does that even bother them? I don't get it. So listen, we're at 2 hours and 21 minutes. Do you think anybody is going to jump back on this thing?
I don't know, man.
And it's 11:30. How long are we going to do this?
I appreciate the commitment.
How late does this go?
It's one more fight.
So we're probably talking another hour. That's what we're talking about. And those poor guys on the East Coast.
It could go 5 rounds, which you add 25 minutes of ring fight time, the 1 minute breaks in between those rounds. That's another 5
introductions.
rounds.
I mean, you're at 45 minutes easy.
We're about to do the walkouts, and
45 minutes easy.
He's going to do his thing. He's going to tear it up, get everyone wired to the tee.
Yeah,
but it could be a quick fight.
Could be. I don't know.
I'm very interested. I'm very nervous.
You know what this reminds me of, though? You know how, like, right now people will play video games and other people will watch them play the video game? That's what this feels like. You do that? You watch people playing video games? Why?
Because I used to be a pro gamer, dude.
So for you, it's like you've been in that chair. You want to.
I love watching competitive Halo.
Really?
Yeah. And the thing is, video games, esports, are now at the level of competition talent to where it's the same as like
people are making money
or golf.
I know, it's crazy.
Insane.
People are getting sponsorships and making money and doing all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. But here's the thing about it for me is like this is at least real. I can't get into watching a video game because it's not real.
Well, it's just not your world. It's not something you understand.
Yeah, no, it's not my world. I never was a gamer. I never played video games growing up.
That was unfortunately, my God-given talent was first-person shooters. Like I've always had great dexterity and like the mindset for a 4v4 type competitive environment in a video game.
Yep. Hey, listen, I'm pretty sure nobody's watching, but we might as well just plug the swag store. We got a swag store now. Shop.betaconsultinggroup.com. It's our grand opening next week officially. We're launching on Tuesday. 30% off if you use beta-GO. So go to the store. We got some good stuff there.
You might have to indoctrinate a word on the street or Beta Consulting Group headband.
Yeah, we might have to. Dude, that would be sick. But look at this. Look at this. This is the Word on the Street collection. We got some good stuff there.
I need one of those adult onesies.
Hey, listen, I think I sent you a coupon code, so you got to get to the store and check that out. We got some other stuff too. We got some standing out gear. Check this out. So we got where's it at? Here we go. Look at this. We got a nice water bottle. Those coffee mugs are fire, dude. I love those. Those things are the bomb diggity. So we got all kinds of good stuff there. So go to the store, shop.betaconsultinggroup.com, use the coupon code beta-go for 30% off. We're trying to form a community of people who want to pursue excellence every day and be a part of what we're doing. So check it out. Some good stuff there. We should get a headband. Can we? I wonder if we can get a headband. Find a headband with.
We got to get some for the Tough Mudder.
Yeah, dude, totally. Well, we'll do that no matter what.
There's
we'll
some like
pass those babies out.
full caps, like Under Armour style.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. All right, so this is what's this guy's name?
Jared Cannonier.
Cannoneer.
Killer Gorilla.
Nice. Cannoneer.
It's a large individual.
Yeah. So how much do you think this guy weighs right now?
Right now,
Yeah. He's over 2. He's 2 bills, right? No, 190.
he's close.
I mean, it's okay.
He's got mass.
Yeah, his arm kind of looks like my
Look at his
leg.
back. Good Lord.
I know. Yeah.
Could stop a
It's
bullet.
impressive. It's impressive. I don't know if I go that far. I'm not sure I go that far. Oh man, crazy.
Dude, he's yoked. Jared Cannonier is a beast.
Yeah. How much, how much do these guys work out versus like skills versus, cardio versus like flexibility, stretching, stuff like that? Like, I mean, what's that like?
A lot of their training is mixed martial arts specific.
Yeah.
Um,
What's that guy doing? Is that an official?
Yeah, they're checking just to make sure he doesn't have anything on him. Make sure his pads are on there. There's nothing hidden inside the gloves, like a roll of quarters or something.
That'd be kind of surprising if somebody did that. You know what's interesting about that is that they're doing that now with baseball pitchers. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but like when pitcher comes off the mound, they're checking to make sure. So this is pretty hilarious. We were at the Cardinals game last Monday night, and I can't remember the guy's name, but it was his debut in the major leagues. Pitcher for the Cardinals came in from the bullpen, his debut pitching, and after he pitched, and by the way, I think it was either 3 up, 3 down, or maybe got one runner on. One guy got a hit, but he retired the side. He goes over and the official like gives him so much crap and then just starts laughing because it's his first time. So he's like looking, he's checking everything out. He points over to this guy, says, "Come here," kind of just totally just razzing this kid. And he's like, "Nah, kid, get out of here, you're good." And started laughing. But
I can't remember who it was, like Baumgartner or somebody, where they did it to him and the ump's just staring the pitcher in the eye, not even looking at his hand. He does it for an extended time. And he's like, dude, he starts getting at you. It's like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, that's Baumgartner. He got pissed too.
It looked like he was
Baumgartner's kind of earned that reputation. But,
yeah, that's fair.
Whatever.
Here comes Adesanya.
Okay, so who do you got in this one?
Adesanya, for sure.
Okay, so why?
He's the best of the best. He is the most incredible striker, and his fight IQ. He is elite.
So is he the current champion? Is this a championship fight? Okay.
He's never lost.
Never lost.
Decision. He stepped up to try to fight the light heavyweight. He went up a weight class to try to fight that belt. Ended up losing.
Yeah.
There's a size difference. The guy got on, but at this division, he is undefeated. There's not even anybody. Him and Kelvin Gastelum was a good fight, which was probably like 7 to 9 title defenses ago. Everything since then has been a cakewalk.
Look at the dramatic production. Look at this.
Showmanship is next level. Yeah.
This is
He's an entertainer.
But you got to back it up too, right? None of this matters unless you can actually back it up.
He is a great example of like the alter ego thing. So like he has these different characters essentially that he channels for fights, like a new profile for each fight that he builds.
Like he wears different stuff and kind of comes like
he's big into like anime and real big into anime type stuff. And so he's like a kid with a powerful imagination. Like he can be playful mentally, and get into that mindset of like, I am not this person anymore. I am now.
What's he carrying? What does this mean?
It's like an urn for ashes, maybe.
Like his last opponent.
He's had some really cool walkouts. He like break dances too. So
How do they fund this stuff? At least from Nigeria. Do these guys get sponsorships? It looks like he's got crypto.com, of course, on this.
Yeah,
on this thing.
all UFC fighters have like sponsored gear.
Yeah, they're all making their money. To get them through, they're getting through sponsorships and then making some money at the fight. How much money do you think the UFC makes on these things
Per fight?
Yeah,
a lot.
I mean, $75 for pay-per-view. How many people sign up for this stuff?
Millions.
So if a million people sign up for it, that's 75 million that they make just on pay-per-view, not including sponsorships or some other stuff.
Dana White always announces it post-fight at the post-fight conference. He'll tell you what the gate was and then what the pay-per-view sales were.
Oh, really? Okay.
So be like, we set another record for this arena. Like this was sold out. So we made, the gate was however many million. And then they'll later tell how many pay-per-view buys they had.
And pay-per-view is only like every 4 to 5 weeks, something like that. And then all the other fights are free, pretty much. You don't pay for those.
If you have an ESPN subscription, yeah.
Yeah, and they're getting the gate, of course, on all those, but they're not getting the subscription money.
Like all of those fights are equally as stacked and talented as like these are. Like they're all so good now.
Do they still pay the fighters the same whether it's pay-per-view or not?
Yeah, like they have their normal contract salaries. You can still win performance of the night bonuses.
Yeah, but then pay-per-view points are separate.
Yeah, and you have to work up and earn pay-per-view points. Right? Like you have to be typically a champion.
Yeah.
Or you have to have like a lot of negotiating power or a lot of weight because you bring a lot of eyes to this. Because like if you're the one bringing a lot of viewership to like Sean O'Malley, he's not even a ranked fighter technically, but because of the crowd he draws, he's probably getting pay-per-view. It's in UFC's best interest to put him on pay-per-view because of the amount of weight he puts.
He's crawling into the ring. Look at this. Just pee on the side. Okay, that's cool. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do. David says that Israel has one loss early in his UFC career. This was after a long kickboxing run.
His only loss is when he went up to fight light heavyweight for the championship. And then the only 2 fights he's ever lost, period, were from Alex Pereira, which is the one that knocked Sean Strickland out with his left hook. That was when they were both kickboxing exclusively, not MMA. And Pereira has beaten Adesanya twice in that. So they're eventually they should be fighting next, actually, since Alex Pereira just beat Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
In spectacular fashion.
Dang, Adesanya's 5 inches taller.
Yeah.
Longer reach.
Negative. He's a 500 favorite. That's a huge.
That's a huge line. Yeah, usually it's like, 100, 150 favorite.
Bruce Buffer with the loudest, sweetest suits ever. Was that Dragonflies?
Dude, it's the presentation, man.
Coolest careers ever. Bruce Buffer.
The theatrics. What did he do before this?
He's been doing this for so long.
Presenting fights.
He is a trained martial artist, but he doesn't fight now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely a bad man.
How much do you think a referee makes on this kind of stuff?
That's a good question. I don't know. That'd be.
You think they make like 10, 15,000?
Look at Adesanya. He's locked in. Cannonier's looking around. Adesanya's just staring at him.
So you go to one of these fight nights and it's like a 4-hour thing. I mean, that's a pretty good show, for $100, $150.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent time commitment. Like if you want to watch it from the beginning to the end, from the first fight of the prelims.
I would doubt that people leave too much, but it's cool because like there's a lot of time
to
talk. There's a lot of time to There's a lot of time to talk, a lot of time to go get a snack or whatever, not feel like you're missing anything. That's the one thing I hate about some live sports is that it's so hard to go and like go to the restroom or go get something to eat or feel like you could have missed something. It's kind of nice to have a sport like this where
anyone that I know I've talked to that's ever been to one of these live says it doesn't matter really what seats you get. Like the energy inside the arena wherever you're going is like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Which
when did UFC start? How long has this been going on?
Ooh. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't count it until Dana White and his investors took over.
Yeah. Yeah, which was what was it 10 years ago or so?
Bought it from like the Coker brothers or who was
Something
it?
like that. Somebody in the comments let us know, when did UFC really become a thing? I'm curious about that.
It was not received well early on. Like people used to think it was like too brutal or too violent, yada yada yada. So like the adversity Dana White's gone through to get it to where it is now, pretty admirable. And then he was the first to not be a COVID lockdown casualty. He's like, no, we're gonna figure it out.
I'm pretty sure that I was probably one of those. I mean, it's just hard sometimes to watch somebody get knocked out. Like that's hard. But there's immense skill and the courage to get into the ring. I mean,
if it was like barbarians, like people that had nothing but true ill intent trying to end the other person's life, that'd be a different story.
Yeah.
I think.
Can you imagine though? Like think about that back in the day, like Gladiator, fighting to the death, people dying, like just watching somebody breathe their last breath in a game. Like that's all right. So David says 1993. So it's been around for almost 30 years now.
Oh man,
God, it's hard to believe that was 30 years ago. My freshman year of high school. Okay, these guys have my attention.
Yeah.
So do they stack the card in a way that like the best fight's going to be the last fight? Is that what they do, or do they? How do they?
The main event typically has the most build-up or momentum, or there's something more on the line.
I think that was Danny DeVito behind him.
Very possible.
Very possible. Look, he's definitely taller.
Oh yeah,
definitely bigger.
He's so
but Cannonier's
creative and unique.
His legs. I try not to talk about other men's legs too much, but
it's all right. It's in this case, there's nothing but how can you not admire that physique? Good Lord.
Yeah. All right, the crowd's getting into it. Starting to chant something.
Izzy.
Are you at 426 right now?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm waiting to see when Cannonier's going to just explode. He's going to have to try to close the distance because he can't get past the range control and striking of Adesanya. He's going to have to take some to get on the inside and hopefully grab him.
Adesanya looks like he's just there just to destroy somebody.
Dude, he's built to ruin your day.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like when they're about to get kicked, they just take their weight off the foot and just try to just let it flow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so many people have like thrown shade as they're about to fight Izzy and like try to say like, oh, look, look how skinny he is. Like he has no power, yada, yada. It's like, that shin is like a blade.
Yeah.
And it's whipped correctly and accurately. It's like, it is awful.
I can only imagine.
Honestly,
just do you hear that? Just the sound of that made.
Imagine that on the side of your knee. Another bone, like the side of your knee.
Thank you.
Hits in the right spot. That's bad news, dude.
That happens whenever I'm playing golf and I sometimes like just get willy-nilly with the golf club and it strikes my ankle. Oh, dude, that's the worst.
There's some people that
golf
do
club on the ankle.
There's a controversial strike in UFC that is legal. It's a straight kick. So like when people are stepping to you, their front knees locks out and straight kicking, like trying to hyperextend the knee.
Yeah. Right on the kneecap.
Rights that way to where their leg just snaps. It's gnarly.
I see he's trying to kick too. That kick is so quick. He's trying to kick the inside of the leg.
And he can constantly switch stances and still be as effective from either side, which makes him even more difficult to figure out.
Yeah.
He throws from weird angles, and they're always accurate and with phenomenal talent.
Yeah. He looks so calculated.
Like, how do you get close to a guy like that?
Run at him. Hope he doesn't hit you.
He just sidesteps out of the way and ear holes you with a hook.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people can't just run at him because if you charge in, he is so quick, precise, and his reads are so good. Like, he's going to counter you.
Yeah. with either a flying knee or some sort of.
And he's fast too at fighting backwards. So like his footwork's so good that he's tough to get to. He can just back up and counter and hit you all while you're trying to close the distance. He's maintaining it.
Yeah. What round do you think these guys really get after it? Like, get in there. I mean, they're kind of scouting each other out right now, feeling it out. It seems like second round, is that when people usually just get after it?
It can be, yeah. It could be,
feels like they kind of know what's going on.
Figuring the distance out,
Yeah.
Cannonier's having a hard time to get close.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing he seems like he's landing right now are some kicks, a couple kicks. He just can't get close enough.
Izzy doesn't chase people. He stands his ground. He tries to hold center ring and expect them to come on. Like
what do you think that people want to see? Do you think they want to see a knockout? Do you think they want to see a submission? Do you think they want to see, just a battle for 5 rounds?
Always want to see a knockout over anything else because it's a knockout. Like who doesn't want to see someone just get lit up?
Yeah.
It's just that crowd evoking, but
it's definitely most dramatic. Yeah.
Full submissions are really fun to watch.
Yeah, that submission earlier was crazy. That first fight.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Yeah. The one with Kimura, the Kimura submission.
It was an armbar. It was like a flying bar.
It looked painful. I'm not going to lie. It looked real painful. All right, so David says the Fertitta brothers bought it for $2 million in 2001. Yeah.
Coker, I think the Coker brothers are on the one championship, or they do something else.
Yeah. Nice. Let's see. Hey, so at one point we had 6 people watching. That's weird. 6 people are watching us on this. Thank you. Appreciate it, everybody. If nothing else, it's just been fun to hang out with you, bro.
I know, right?
Learned a lot.
I like sharing my passion with other people and introducing it to them. That's fun.
I'm pretty sure my wife's going to be like, what were you doing last night? What in the world? This is a first in our house.
All she hears is you tear his head off.
I'm trying not to play it too loud. I'm down in the basement. But, we'll see.
Oh, boy, here we go.
11:46. We've been down here 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Almost a 3-hour stream. It's over soon.
Nah, this might go another 30 minutes. You don't think so? What do you think?
It's gonna.
How many rounds?
Let's go round. It's gonna be round 3.
You think it's gonna be a KO or is it gonna be a submission?
It'll be a KO if anything.
Yeah.
I don't foresee a submission. It'd be cool to see Izzy get a submission because he's never had one, but he does
talk seem like
how strong his jiu-jitsu game is. He's just never had to.
Yeah.
I would like to see if Adesanya had a cool submission, that would be really cool to see because we've never seen it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Is he bleeding? Like he's wiping his face off. Man, those kicks are like
they
fast.
come quick, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Wow. Just generate so much speed. Look at him. You can tell he just wants to just
So Adesanya's got a gnarly question mark kick. And what that is he turns and it comes or rotates. It looks like he's going to chop at your leg, but then he turns the leg over as it's coming through.
Flips it up
to your face. And it's wicked. Because imagine bracing for it. You drop your hands or something because you think it's going to body or leg, and then it just whips up over the top of your hands, cracks you in the jaw.
Yeah. So all these kicks, like you said, they're just working the legs.
Yeah, because the more damage you take, you can only put so much weight on your knee or your legs before your nervous system just won't support it.
Yeah.
How mentally tough you are, it just physiologically stops working.
Well, it's almost like doing plyo, where you're just constantly putting stress on your legs and jumping routines. After a while, you just can't do it anymore. Oof. You can tell the Cannonier wants to get in there. He just can't.
He just doesn't know how. And this is everyone's problem is they don't know how to get to him. And when they do, His wrestling defense is good. He's
Right.
fast. He's so tall that even if they wrap him up and get him like in a clinch,
Yeah.
bend over in half and create a base, you can't pull him down because he's so tall.
And those swings, like, I mean, he's like putting some haymakers in there and he just can't reach his face. Like, he just gets out of the way so fast. He's like a combination of Muhammad Ali and
Fast.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
He's coming. He's got good vision. Like he's a very difficult puzzle.
Yeah. Someone will figure him out. You got to think at some point, but like he's just so in control.
Always.
Who's that guy that just flashed up on the screen on the right?
The guy Alex Pereira who just fought Sean Strickland.
That was him. Okay.
All of a sudden, they have a history, obviously. So
Yeah.
I think he'll be the next contender to fight for the belt.
Oh, that one landed. The right just landed. Oh, coming at him.
It's like a sniper, dude.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, is Cannonier trying to go in for a takedown?
Trying to.
Is that what he wants to do? Does he like the ground and pound?
He's going to have to make it dirty and try to get in and try to turn it into more of a brawl.
Is that what it's called, dirty?
Yeah, because if you're trying to do it like from a technical stance, like right now, like he's not going to out technique or point fight Adesanya. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to use his aggression and like size and hope to get him down or
You see how Adesanya just switched stances, like you said?
so quick.
Yeah, and just looks just as good.
And he's like always ready to throw, counter, move.
Yeah.
A lot of discipline.
Cannonier's getting a little bit more
He's so
aggressive
long
out here.
to reach out and grab Cannonier.
Oh, shot to the face.
Doing anything.
Yeah.
Right there, see how he's like grabbing his hand?
Yep.
He can pull that hand down and
Oh, another poke to the eye.
you hear the crowd.
Yeah.
Let the boys play, Blue.
Well,
If there's two no contest from eye gouging, that would be legend. That would be upsetting as all get out.
oh, it was accidental.
It's
It was
like,
right.
You see, it's like it's unintentional, clearly.
Right. Because he stepped into it. Like he stepped right into it. Yeah, that would be disappointing.
Don't you milk
Better-
this Cannonier.
Better
You're
get back
fine.
in there.
You're fine.
Yep.
Let's not rock it out. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at the sweat pouring off this dude.
Yeah. It's working. It's working.
Ooh. So throws a
All right.
kick and is still upright in a stance to throw a left
Yeah.
a hook as well.
Like the recovery back to his stance is so fast. I think he's going to go after that left eye or that right eye just to try to annoy it a little bit more.
I would.
Not gouge it, but just annoy it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oof. And they're artists when it comes to like their feints, which is them essentially just peeking. Like a quarterback. It's
Yeah.
it's the constant. You never know when he's actually going to throw or when it's coming, and they just so good at keeping you guessing and your timing off that they're so
Ooh. A little trash talking there at the end. So you're thinking this round right here, third round. Watch this left hand. Watch this left get in there. Watch this. Look at that right through. Look at that.
when the right one comes behind it.
Boom. Look at that.
Just
Just
a weird angle.
it's almost like he does this. Like this kind of a punch.
Body shot. You just never know
Look at
when
this.
or how
Got
it's
it. Look at that. Yeah, he's going after that left eye like we talked about. Or right eye. Looks like a left eye, but right eye. Okay, this is crazy, man. We're at 3 hours. I'm just locked in.
Isn't it great?
I hate it when you're right. Man.
Nothing else can keep my attention this long.
See, golf could definitely keep my attention this long if it's the right tournament. Masters tournament, or if it's the right person. By the way, my neighbor, 8 doors down, dude, he's tied for 6th right now at the John Deere Classic, 14 under par. Yeah,
Nice.
got a shot tomorrow. Got a shot to win. Shout out Chris Nagel, representing Wildwood, Missouri, representing the villages of Cherry Hills, baby.
Adesany's going to probably start. Oof.
Yeah, those kicks are coming up.
He's going to
I
start.
want to see.
pouring the ball in. He's going to try
see
to
a roundhouse kick.
He's going to try to frustrate him and make him. He's either going to make him take a bunch of added damage and points, or make him start fighting.
Yeah. What do you think the scorecard is right now?
What? It's 2-0.
What do you think the scorecard is? No, I mean the first 2 rounds, like how much? Like 10-9, 10-8?
10-9. 10-8's a tough one to. You have to really like. I mean, I would say Cannonier's been out to this point.
Look at that though. 20-6 on the upper body shots.
Yep.
That's just because Cannonier can't get in there.
Can't.
Yeah, just can't. And if he does, he's exposing himself to being really close.
He's going to have something coming back his way.
Yeah, there he is. He's trying to get the takedown. Yep.
See, look.
Because he's got to. He just threw him out of the way.
Yep. He's tough to get to take down and wrap up to actually be able to get down. He's long.
Yeah.
He's fast. He's athletic, and he's strong. He's wide.
Well, and if you're going to take somebody down, then your hands are down. Like you're exposed. Your head's exposed.
You could
as fast as he is. Yeah. As fast as Adesanya is, it seems like he could do some damage while you're trying to get him down.
I'll send you a clip of a gnarly flying knee from Corey Sandhagen. He timed it perfectly. Frankie Edgar is an elite fighter, has been around forever, was coming in to go for a takedown. Sandhagen saw him coming in, jumps up, flying knee, like it was choreographed. Walks away, puts him clean out.
Nice switches, left foot forward, just like that. He's so comfortable. Ambidextrous when it comes to this. Oh, there he goes, coming in. Oh, there we go.
Let's see what he does. Let's see how Adesanya handles this. He's going to get a wide base, hand fight to get control.
Now he's holding he's got that hand right by his head just to protect his head.
He's trying to make it dirty, see? Pulls his leg out, turns it, gets back.
Yep. Dude, the crowd's into it. They want it. Yeah, that was close.
That one almost got there.
Yeah, that was a good block.
Ooh,
dude, that left hand is just – it just keeps getting through.
He don't miss. Anything he throws straight, he pretty much lands.
Yeah, and he's got that, like you said, that weird angle where he's coming like almost just flipping it up. Do you think Adesanya wants to just, wear him down and just win with a TKO, or do you think that, or a decision, or do you think that he wants a knockout?
He wants a KO or a TKO. And
what's the difference between a TKO and a KO?
A KO is it's a definitive knockout. Like the guy goes out and
it's unconscious type thing, right?
A TKO means let's say you hit him and he's stumbling and you rush him, push him to the cage. He's still conscious and defending himself, but it's a barrage of blows to the point where he's no longer fighting back.
Yeah, and they call it off. That's a TKO.
He can't. He's not able to defend himself anymore. He's not fighting back. There's no response. The TKO.
Got it.
Which is equally as cool, because if you disable someone to the point where they have no reaction or no callback except to shell up and just weather it.
All right, so what's going to happen here? What do you think?
We'll see.
He just can't get him to the ground. Just can't.
Even if he tried to pick him up, one is he's quite a bit taller, so it's a lot of lift he has to do. Even if he tried to dump him, Adesanya's arms are long enough where he could base himself or tripod himself.
Yeah, Adesanya is good at using his hands to control the other guy's hands.
You know how annoying that is?
Yeah.
Getting tagged in just trying
to knee that leg. Yeah.
Trying to dead leg him.
Yep. This is honestly all Cannonier can do. He can't.
Correct.
He just can't punch him. He's got to do this.
Make it dirty and hope to land a punch. Have a puncher's chance and catch Izzy, but he's too good.
Yeah. 9 seconds here. Oh, there you go. Try to get it. Try to get that knee. Whew. Again, just doesn't even look like he's been touched.
It's 3-0.
I mean, look at that left hand. Just gets. I mean, it's
3-0 Izzy.
Yeah.
I like what he said recently. They're asking, like, are you about undefeated or yada yada. He goes, I don't care about win or loss or belts anymore at this point. He goes, I just want to go out there and show off. I want to have just performances. Like, I don't care about winning or losing anymore. He's undefeated. He's the undisputed champion of the division and one of the best to ever step in the ring.
Dude, so something he did I noticed is he does this where it looks like he's about to throw the right, and then he throws the left. Yeah. He does this turn like he's about to come in and then pop.
He's constantly switching stances, so you can't perceive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cannonier's patterned up. He's got swelling on the face.
He doesn't even look like he's working. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. He's just look at the two. Like the vast difference between the two of them.
Izzy takes it to the next level. Like he hires professional like breath coaches, so he'll do like breath work in a pool with a professional trainer. Like, so he does everything aspect wise to try to be as optimal across everything as possible.
Yeah.
It's interesting to watch people with that kind of commitment and discipline. Like, that's why I think I'm obsessed with stuff. It's the lifestyle of a professional fighter is so intriguing.
It's different than the rest of us, that's for sure.
Life ever, but one of the most physically difficult ones. But it's like simple.
Yeah.
This is what I do, and this is all I do. Outside of if I have a family or anything, that doesn't take space in my life.
All right, so here we are. It's round 4, man. It didn't happen in round 3. Dude, that left hand just keeps hitting. It's like this guy's got to know it's coming, but can't get out of the way.
You just don't know quite when, and you have a very fraction of a moment to react.
Right.
Before
and the other thing that Adesanya does really well is that when Cannonier's throwing a punch at him, it seems like it's a glancing blow, not a direct strike.
Correct. Learning how to wear a punch or slightly deflect it, roll with it.
Yeah.
So it's not landing flush. His range control is so good.
Oh, dude, did you hear that kick?
Yeah.
Could have been more just like a clap, or just louder than it. But that was a pretty big strike. Could have been on his arm. Man, this got to be frustrating.
So frustrating. I want to see him set up a question mark kick. Just do like 3 to 4 quick. Ooh, so he just gets out of the way.
It's crazy.
And then no matter which side the other guy stands on, he can take out your front leg from either side.
Now he's just playing with him, looks like. Oh, that was a pretty good knee to the ribs.
Zero takedowns on the pay-per-view card. Wow. Cannonier what is wasting his time though right now because he's down 3 rounds. So like getting into this clinch and letting the time go down is not good. If you can't get him down.
Well, all he's hoping for though is to get him on the ground, right? I mean, which is almost impossible.
Trying to get him into a vulnerable position to where he can just basically exclude the ball. But Izzy's defense and IQ is too high. He's not going to put himself in that position.
Yeah. Wow.
Come on. It's gonna be like a left hook from Izzy that's gonna do it.
Oh, we got 6. Ooh. That had to be close. I'd love to see a profile shot of that. See how close that came.
Go look up Chandler versus Ferguson knockout. Good. Top 3 gnarliest knockouts I've ever seen. and it was a front kick like that, full speed, power directly on the chin.
Oh.
No guard. He buckled as if someone pulled the power plug.
Do you see how quick Izzy just kind of get his front foot? He just let it give way to block that, and then he got right back in.
Yep.
It's so good. Like that, it's just got to be frustrating. He's just sitting there trying to get him down. He can't get him.
The ability they have to transfer weight quickly and like it's awesome.
Yeah.
This is just.
Oh, I see a knee coming right. Oh.
Ooh. When you're not getting emotional or angry and you're a disciplined fighter who's been in these situations or you train for these, like you stay grounded in this moment and you stay very rational about it, which is hard. Like as if you're a normal human, you're panicking right now. Like you're just trying to get this person off of you.
Right. Man, he just can't do anything. As a fan, it's kind of disappointing. I mean, you're in awe of like the ability, the technicality of it all.
The next fight against Adesanya, it has to be Alex Pereira, and because the story's there, and because they're so alike in how they fight, that's going to be real fun.
But they fought once before, right?
They have fought twice out before the UFC, before they were both in mixed martial arts. It was strictly kickboxing and Muay Thai. Because Adesanya is a world champion kickboxer, so is Alex Pereira before MMA.
Nice. Who's still with us out there in the comments? Throw something in there if you're out still listening to us.
Man, if someone's in here and they have been the whole time, you got to send them something.
Dude, I know. I feel like you should give them a coupon or something. I don't know what do you want? What do you guys want?
Coffee mug.
Ooh, a coffee mug would be good. Those coffee mugs are fire. I think somebody maybe just left the stream on and took off for the night.
It's like a Zoom call you're on for your company. You have your camera and mic off, and everyone ends, but you walked away, so you're the only one still in the room.
That's right. Still on there. That's right.
All right, Jared Kennedy's channeling something. He's about to leave the field.
Here we go.
What time is it?
Round 5. I feel like this is just going to end in a decision. It's not going to end in a knockout. Just going to be a decision.
It's almost over. Fifth and final. Here we go.
Oh,
Jared Kennedy
to
go for broke because he's down on the card for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's won a round. I mean, he's probably down 4-0. Yeah.
It's on the 5th round right now. This is the 5th round. Yeah.
Is that Taylor?
Yeah.
Tell her to come on the screen and say hi. What's up?
She doesn't want to be on camera. She's in her PJ clothes and stuff.
Nobody's watching anyways, Taylor. You're good.
No one's watching anyway.
It's like one of my favorite lines from Major League where it's like, you can't cuss on the air. Nobody's watching it. Yeah. So good. Championship round. We're here. David, thanks for being with us, man. Whole night. Appreciate it.
Ooh.
That was close. Like it got blocked a little bit. Come on. So if you're Adesanya, you just got to be disciplined because you got a 1. Cannonier has one.
He doesn't want to play it. So he wants to. Yeah. He's going to try to finish.
And Cannonier just has to go for just a
elbow. Get that elbow in there.
Yeah. Just whip that elbow over.
Because if you've got the other person's hands, you can basically pull while you're pulling their hand down.
Pull them in and then.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure my technique there was so good.
Nailed it, bro. Textbook. Adesanya was saying, I'm going to make it look easy. And like at this point, he has.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a knockout. Yes, like Joe Rogan just said, at this point, Kennedy just has to be reckless. Like that's his only chance.
Yeah.
He has to finish or it's a unanimous Izzy.
Yeah.
And still.
I mean, I know he's like can't get in there. He's just struggling to get in there, and I know he's probably exhausted. But he just doesn't even look like he's trying to. He's just got to just start throwing.
It sounds so easy.
I mean, I mean, I know, but it's like, even if he gets hit, I think he's got to take a risk and try to get in there. I mean, right now he's like he's playing defense still.
But he would have to corner Adesanya essentially. But in the way Adesanya moves laterally, front and back, he won't allow him to. So here we go. So he's going to have to get.
He's trying to get him down. He's really trying to get him down. He just can't.
And
You got to whip that leg out from under him right there. He can't do it.
To try to do that.
I mean, Adesanya is on one leg right now. There's no weight on his left leg.
But he's also binded and wrapped around Cannonier's right arm, which keeps him from being able to go towards that one leg as a pivot point. Izzy's just literally sitting there hanging out, just waiting.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Cannonier's just like trying to do something, but Izzy's wise to it. He knows what he's doing. He's going to try to explode and throw an elbow here in a second.
90 seconds to go. Nothing going on. Nothing happening.
There's some fights where people do this to Adesanya, and he's looking at the camera and like spanking the other dude and rubbing his butt, just making a mockery of it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. He's got one leg. One leg.
Single under. Got the single leg. He's going to hop back to it. Look at this.
Nothing.
You can't get him.
That's it. This thing's over.
You should just come back and keep tagging. How defeating is that?
Yeah. This thing's done. Let's see. Just can't. Oh. A little life at the end here.
He stays so present in the situation, whatever it is, which makes him so dangerous too, because he doesn't fight him, but get you a kick in there.
Yeah.
On the break.
32 seconds.
Stays so disciplined, collected. Come on, Izzy.
Ten seconds. Oh, the fans don't seem happy.
There's no reason to, it's a shoe-in for a victor. There's no reason to leave yourself exposed, possible for damage or anything else. And it's always cool to see like the sportsmanship and the respect after they've thrown down,
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Oh, look at that leg kick.
Almost buckled him completely.
God, look at that.
Can you imagine your ribs? Like, your ribs are already sensitive. Like, just tap your ribs with your knuckles. Like, that doesn't feel great at all.
Right,
Imagine
get it.
At full velocity.
Yeah. Dude, that was impressive though, just the discipline and the technicality of what he can do.
I always like to hear Izzy's mic time. He's always got good stuff to say, so I'll probably give him a little bit of respect. But like I said, I made it look easy. Was never any real danger.
Yeah. He only got hit a couple times, and all those shots didn't seem like that like they didn't seem nearly as direct as what he landed. Like even that just looked more like a glancing blow. Yeah. They just aren't, there's no punch behind it.
There's no consequence with it right now. It's just kind of.
Well, it's like if you punch somebody and you're here and you punch through, that hurts. But when you punch them here, it's just there's nothing there. Jeff Holtkamp, dude, is this the Jeff Holtkamp from Raytown, Missouri? Man, oh my gosh, that's a blast from the past. Played Little League baseball with Jeff Holtkamp.
Nice.
Nickname was Toker. I think it was Toker. And he was one of those guys when I was too young to drive would always like pick me up and drive me everywhere. Yeah, Jeff, same guy from Raytown, buddy. Hope you're doing well, man. It's been a long time. It's over. Yeah, it's unanimous. No big deal. Toker, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Thinking back to the Raytown Little League days. My dad would always make me play up a year.
Man.
Yeah, wasn't even close. Back in the day, my dad would play. I get to play 1 year with the kids my age, and then the next year, when it was the second year to play with the kids your age, my dad would move me up a year. So I'd play with the older kids, and then I was actually playing, I think, on Toker's team. I think when I broke my arm, I think I was an 8th grader playing with 9th and 10th graders, and I broke my arm. And but it was great though. I loved it. I always enjoyed playing up against tougher competition and getting my butt kicked. Jeff smoked all day. Smoked some ribs all day. I bet those are good. Some dry rub ribs, or saucy ribs. Which ones did you do, Jeff?
Is that Rowan?
Oh, he's giving some mad respect to the coaches. Check that out. Wow, that's a lot of respect for him.
My middle just woke up terrified with something. I don't know. Must have heard a firework or a bad dream.
Yeah, Toker went with the dry rub. Dude, that's solid on the ribs. That is solid. You still living in Raytown, Kansas City, Lee Summit? Where you living, man?
Well, dude, 3-hour stream, pay-per-view event from start to finish.
This is the influence that you have on me, bro. Right here. This is the influence that you have, is getting me to be a part of it. This was fun though, man. You know, what I'll tell you would be fun is if we got like maybe 8 or 10 guys in on the stream next time, you know, and just had kind of a watch night with like 8 or 10 of us, especially if we had some more fireworks, you know, some knockouts and some things like that. That could be pretty fun.
We'll set that up soon.
But you, you're in Lower Alabama. Wow. So no longer in Missouri, in Lower Alabama. God, what's the town down there? I got a friend that's from down there as well. He lives up here now in St. Louis, but I can't remember the towns in Alabama except for Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. That's about all I know. But good to see you, Toker. Good to see your name on there, man. It's been a long time. But yeah, that'd be fun, dude. We should get. It would be cool is if we could maybe even make some like some city groups, like people in Dallas. If you can get them to come together, I'll get some St. Louis folks together. Yeah, David, thanks for being a part, man. This has been a good time. Thanks for joining. But it'd be good to get some groups together, and then it's not just like 8 or 10 of us. It could be like 20 or 30 of us, which would be pretty sick, man. That'd be a lot of fun. So game time's over. You took the headband off. All right,
yeah.
We're done.
That's it. We're gonna get this little one settled, dude. It was fun. We did.
Appreciate you, man. Love you, brother. Everybody out there, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys being a part of it. Tucker, let's catch up soon. Or Toker, let's catch up soon, bro. It's been a long time. And we'll see you guys soon. We're out of here. Peace.
Have a great